Welcome to this Friday night edition of Premier League WIFFLE. Tonight we have a matchup featuring the third-ranked Legends. Coming in with a record of 17-13, they'll be facing off against the sixth-place Cajuns sitting at 15-15. The Legends are winners of 4 straight, and after a 0-5 start have turned their season around after their acquisition of Trench Pacone. The Cajuns got themselves back to 500 with a series win against the Lightning after the Vaders had swept them the week before. The Legends are uncharacteristically shorthanded tonight as we see manager Brad Ogden getting a start in the lineup for the first time this season. The Cajuns will look to capitalize on this opportunity as most improved player frontrunner Ryan Ruesch looks to continue his stellar play in all facets of the game. A big matchup for both of these teams as they vie to remain in contention for a playoff spot. Who will take the series tonight? Let's find out. But first, for more on tonight's series, let's go to our remote correspondent, James Stein.
Kyle, thank you. My matchup of the week is Legends, Cajuns, and I know what you're thinking. How could we possibly do any better than what we saw on Monday evening? Well, we may not get Ryan Chen hitting 7 home runs in one series, but what we will get is a really good look at our playoff picture. No team has been hotter than the Legends since acquiring Trench Pacone. Look for their hitting to continue. However, this team has been notoriously streaky, and behind Casey Taravella, there are few pitching options that can really hold teams down. Now, on the other hand, the Cajuns had a good start, but have since faltered in the middle portions of the season. Their recent series against the Lightning was a huge step forward for them, but ultimately, this will be a litmus test for the Cajuns. My X factor in this one is going to be Ryan Ruesch. Can he stay involved pitching through the entire game? And what of Andrew Ledet's arm injury? We're going to learn all about this in this season. I've got the Legends winning 2 of 3, but if things go right for Ledet, it could be a Cajun sweep. Back to you.
Thank you, James, and welcome in everybody to Hideaway Field, Premier League WIFFLE Friday night. Kyle Lohman here, joined by teammate Cody Runnels for the first time in the booth. Welcome, Cody.
What's going on, Kyle?
You happy to be up here?
Oh, I've been excited. 5-year-old Cody Runnels living his dream being a baseball announcer here.
Yeah, I mean, similar story for myself. I mean, I always loved watching the game, and I always thought I would say something, and then, maybe then the announcers would say basically the same thing, and be like, oh, look, I could do that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little dream come true for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. Watching games with my dad my whole life, that's our thing, and he laughs. He always laughs because I always kind of will say something before the announcers do and stuff. And
yeah, exactly.
Always appreciate announcers and that part of the game, so I'm excited to do this.
Yeah, looking forward to tonight's matchup. Good little battle here of 2 teams 500 and above. We got the Legends, the away team tonight, facing off against Andrew Ledet, Ryan Ruesch, and the Cajuns. What do we expect to see tonight, Cody?
Well, with the wind was very calm in warm-ups, and then now it's starting to pick up and got really cold here about like 5 minutes ago. So the pitching could be a little bit of a problem. Ryan Ruesch has been attacking the zone, going deep into games all season. So if anybody can do it, I know he can. Now, the Legends do only have 6 guys, so that's going to be interesting to see if they struggle with the pitching. Where do they go to get some innings?
Absolutely, and let's take a look at that Legends lineup right now.
Batting leadoff for the Legends, Nick Sansone. He's also playing in left field. Number 2, Jason J-Rock Stevenson, second base. And Mr. Perfect in the 3-hole, Casey Taravella. 4th, Billy Osgood, shortstop. Playing third base, batting 5th, Trench Pacone. And rounding out the bottom of the order, manager Brad Ogden playing in right field.
Yeah, first time this season we're seeing manager Brad Ogden get a start, and the Legends probably aren't super thrilled about it. He's a guy who's, he's more of a leader on the sidelines and not so much for his play on the field. But he's played softball and baseball all his life, so he's more than capable of putting a good swing on the ball. But here we go, we're underway. First pitch down and in to Nick Sansone from Ryan Ruesch, and we're off. You're spot on about the turn of the weather. I was out here half an hour ago, and I even said it to J-Rock. I said, ooh, nice calm night. And he snapped at me, and he said, don't jinx it, boy.
We definitely did.
And we got him.
We definitely did the weather jinx, and Ruesch here falling behind 3-1. And it's already coming into effect.
Sansone looking to be a leadoff guy. Sean, I gotta put up those. Gotta help Sean real quick downstairs, putting up that pocket radar. 1 sec.
Oh yeah, no worries. Sansone getting a piece of that, fouling it off to the left. Ruesch falls behind early, but has battled back with 2 strong pitches here. He definitely doesn't want to walk Sansone to start this inning off. And ball 4, that's an early walk. That's going to be huge. Man, that's not what the Cajuns wanted to do to start off. And now he's got to go right at Player of the Week a couple weeks ago, Jason Stevenson. Some chatter from the dugout, laughing it off.
Yeah, good start for the Legends there, getting a leadoff walk from their leadoff man, Nick Sansone. Key to victory tonight, especially with them being shorthanded, working deep into this pitching staff.
Absolutely, yeah. I know our approach was to kind of take early on Ruesch and hammer stuff later in the count. And if he struggles throwing in good conditions, this is going to be interesting tonight.
Yeah, I would expect that with this current wind, we are going to see pitchers having a hard time finding the zone. And if the ball does get made solid contact and it's in the air, it's going to play tricks on these fielders for sure.
Absolutely. 2-2 to J-Rock. Oh, man, another full count. Another full count. Don't do what I did, Ruesch. Do not do what I did and walk the first 2 batters of the game.
You're not the first member of
Good
PLW
Lord.
to be doing that, I'll tell you that, my friend.
Oh,
And he tinks on the outside
wow, what
edge.
a pitch.
54 gets J-Rock, Jason Stevenson looking there.
That was a tough pitch.
And that's going to bring up the man who will take the bump in the bottom of the first, Casey Taravella.
Oh,
And he
boy.
hits it hard deep to center, but Kiefer McClendon is there and snags that. The wind absolutely knocked that ball down. If that was any other day this week, that ball is 40 feet over the wall, no problem.
That had a nasty draw on it, like a golf swing, and Kiefer made a face like he's shocked he caught that one.
Brings up Billy Osgood here in the cleanup spot. Looking to do some damage. Hoping not to strand that leadoff runner, Nick Sansone, at first base. He gets ahead 2-1 here against Ryan Ruesch.
Yeah, he's falling behind early in these counts. Legends are going to be, if he does, that's not a recipe for success.
Not at
that's
all.
the pitch to hit right there.
Yeah, and he comes in there now, 54 in the outer half. 2-2 evens it up.
Legends definitely look like they're trying to work the count, get Ruesch out of there.
Yeah, any night you have these conditions, your first thought is, look, the pitcher's going to have a hard time throwing strikes, so I'm going to make him earn them tonight as we see another full count here against Billy. And he takes that one
that's
high,
it.
and that's going to be it for Ryan Ruesch here in the top of the first. Manager Andrew Ledet is going to have to go to his bullpen right away, and it looks from the side of it,
We're going
he's
another
going to go to
Ruesch.
the other Ruesch brother, Nathan Ruesch, who was a rookie drafted this year. I believe he was the 5th or 6th pick overall,
yeah.
6th pick overall. And he has really shown some stuff on the mound. I'm sure him and his brother have worked on a lot of pitches, and 2 very capable guys out there.
I know his brother Ryan is the ace, but I would have liked him starting as soon as the weather picked up, but I know it was already announced. He throws a lot of like baseball type pitches, tight slider, submarine that's pretty straight, and he loves talking to him. He loves to throw his riser. His stuff might be more, he can attack the zone in this kind of weather.
Yeah, those guys that throw those slightly slower looping breaking balls, when that ball kind of floats in and the wind gets a little bit of it, a lot of harder time finding the zone. And a guy who maybe throws a little more straight stuff, slightly harder, like Nathan here, may have an easier job of finding the zone here.
Yeah, your pitch, being a lefty with this wind last night, you threw some curveballs that looked like literally stopped halfway. I think that wind was holding it, and Ruesch was kind of trying to get it to come in, and it felt like everything was pushing out of the zone with this wind. He's a lot of if you're a right-hand batter coming right to left, and with this wind going out, that's tough for him to throw strikes.
Yeah, really an underrated aspect of the game we play out here. It's just something that cannot really be seen through the screen. Sometimes, yes, you see a pop-up and a guy struggle with it, but you really don't. It's really hard for the viewers to quite understand how difficult it is to control the ball sometimes with these, even just the slightest breeze.
It's really tough. That's the one thing that has been the biggest change for me playing ball my whole life is I've always been able to throw strikes in this. It's a different monster, and that the weather changes all the time. It's harder to read the radar gun in the day. I feel like you can throw it harder at night. It's a constant. What can I do? What can I not do? And it's definitely the guys with experience are the ones that do well.
1-2 to our main man, Trench Bacone, as he takes one down and away. It's 2-2 now. He's looking to do a little damage with 2 outs here. See if he can bring a couple of guys across the plate. I believe he's 2 RBI away from 100 in his career. He will become the
15th player. or 15 players have it, so he'll be number 16.
Number 16. That's a pretty good milestone. It's really a who's who of members of PLW that have 100-plus RBI. Trent rips one hard to Sashi Bobet short. Does a good job knocking it down. Nathan Ruesch picks it up, flips it to Bo Evans at second for the third out. And no damage in the top of the first, despite Ryan Ruesch walking out. Good work by Nathan Ruesch coming in and shutting them down, getting them out of the jam.
Yeah, I definitely think now with Ryan going out so early, maybe if Nate can eat up a few innings, maybe Nate starts game 2 and Ryan can come in early for him and use some of those innings. But yeah, that was not the game plan, I guarantee, to start this one off.
Let's take a look at that Cajuns lineup that Casey Taravella will be facing off today.
We got leading off probably the prettiest, sweetest left-handed swing, Andrew Ledet. Starting off, my man Ryan Ruesch in the 2-hole. A sneaky pop, Bo Evans. You go inside on him, he will make you pay. Casey Nielsen in the 4-hole. Rookie Kiefer McClendon in the 5-hole. And number 2 overall pick in the draft, Will Morris in the 6-hole.
Yeah, this Cajun staff really made an effort on the tail end of last season to make moves in order to give themselves a chance to draft a handful of players in this past draft. And Andrew Ledet did just that, taking Will Morris at number 2 and Kiefer McClendon at number 3 and Nathan Ruesch at number 6. So
gotta be
really
gotta be up for GM of the year with those draft picks.
Absolutely.
Nailed them all.
Sure, he really did. He really did nail them all, minus maybe overlooking yourself. But besides that, good stuff.
I'll let you say that for me.
And here we are, Andrew Ledet stepping into the box.
Yeah, Andrew Ledet's batting .419 this season.
I kind of made a prediction early in the season that because of the 6 fielders and we started off in cooler weather that I really didn't think anybody was going to hit 400 this season. Kind of still think that's the case, but the way Andrew Ledet's swinging the bat, he's kind of giving me reasons to think otherwise as he hits one just past Jason J-Rock Stevenson there. And we see a little bit of their lack of depth right now. They're only 6 players where normally that would be Ethan Wakefield playing short for them, who's very likely to have more range than Jason Stevenson over there as Ledet sneaks that hard hit ball by J-Rock.
Absolutely. So when the Legends are at full strength, their infield has depth. They got multiple guys that can play all kinds of positions, and that's an out with the other 100%. With all their guys.
I do agree.
And Casey Taravella already has lost the perfect game.
Yeah, it looks like the Cajuns were minus 2.5 in this game against the Legends. Majority of the money came in on the Legends, having faith in that perfect game holder, Casey Taravella. But we will see if this lack of depth tonight proves to be costly for them.
The way this wind is blowing, this is a perfect hitting condition for my man Ryan Ruesch. This is where he likes to go out to right field.
Shows good patience so far. Working the count full. Taravella has to come into him here. And he misses low, and it's going to be first and second. Nobody out for the emerging Bo Evans, who's shown a lot of pop this year. Didn't quite have it last year, but shown a great job of being able to not only pull the ball left over the container, but also shoot one over the wall in right field. Very dangerous hitter here. If you miss one up, he's going to hit it hard.
Absolutely. When I was facing him, I told myself to not go in on him.
And go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, no, that's me. Fly out to kind of got handcuffed a little bit there.
A little bit, yeah. Just got under that one. Billy Osgood did a good job of ranging over, getting under it. Really just missed that ball. Although right now, ball's in the air. If the wind's slightly breezing in, might be a hard time getting out of this ballpark.
So it looks like Casey Nielsen isn't here yet, and my man Devlin Daniel is batting in the 4-hole instead.
Yeah, good to see Devlin getting a start here.
Yeah, I like Devlin. Devlin used to be on our team. Great kid. Lot of energy. He kind of reminds me of a baby giraffe. When he gets all those body parts moving in the right direction, he hits some monster home runs, with or without wind.
100%. I would describe his swing as a little long for WIFFLE, but because of it, when he connects, the ball usually goes a long way.
He's a problem when he's locked in like that. What he hit 1 or 2 grand slams for us, right?
Yeah, something like that. Devlin hits a hard hit ball up the middle, but Casey Taravella knocks it down. He's going to go to second for the force out, and they're going to hold there for the second out. That's going to move Andrew Ledet over to third. First and third, 2 outs for Kiefer McClendon here, looking for an RBI opportunity to give his team the lead here, bottom for 1.
Kiefer McClendon in only 12 games is batting .333. That'd be the highest of the rookies if he had a few more games. This guy can hit, man. He's a big kid. gets his arms extended, he is pounding the ball.
Yeah, he was a guy on draft day that all the managers were licking their chops for the opportunity to get. But Andrew Ledet had the main power there with 3 picks in the top 6, and he was able to snag him at number 3 overall.
Absolutely. With a guy with that kind of size and stature, and you can just tell he's an athlete, way he carries himself, he'd have to do something really wrong to have gotten out of that top 5.
Agreed.
He's just an athlete.
And Taravella misses down there, and he is going to walk out of the first inning. We see both starters walk out of the first inning here. And yes, that's not great for either team, but you got to think maybe advantage Cajuns just based on depth. Although the Legends kind of still do have their main 4 pitchers here in Taravella, Osgood, Stevenson, and Pacone.
Yeah, and for us last night, we have 4 or 5 guys, and we had to go through it all, and they only have 6 here total. So we're going to see everybody throw tonight.
I do concur. I think both sides are going to have more difficulty than usual throwing strikes. And if these teams stay patient in the box and they force the other team to get into that depth of their bullpen, we're going to see some high-scoring games, and we're going to see, teams really try to take advantage of the weaker bullpens.
Yeah, definitely. This is not the situation when you come in bases loaded with Will Morris. This guy will pound a mistake way over this fence. J-Rock, I expect a heavy dose of the screwball. Do not want to go in on him.
I do think manager Brad Ogden made the correct decision in going to J-Rock here. He's your stereotypical strikeout pitcher in this league.
Filthy.
As he tinks their bottom pipe for 54 with that screwball, and he's ahead of Will Morris 0-2.
I am so glad I'm sitting right here looking at his screwball. When we faced him, he wasn't here. And that thing is nasty.
Will Morris takes away 2-2 now.
He's coming screwball right here. 2-2. That's his pitch.
And he misses inside again, and it's full count. 270 viewers so far hanging out with us here on Twitch, seeing Jason Stevenson battling Will Morris here. Bases loaded, 1 out, big pitch. And that's going to grab the zone, 53, and Morris goes down looking for the 3rd out of the inning. And once again, no damage. Both teams threatened. Neither team could scratch a run across.
That was a huge pitch. For me, with the way the wind's going and that, that is as good of a pitch as you can make right there. Low and away, slider off the plate. That's nasty. That's a tough spot. I like Morris trying to be a team guy, but I want him swinging.
For sure.
Grip and rip with you, big guy.
Yeah, you got to protect with 2 and look to do some damage.
Yeah, he kind of quit on that pitch. It started out wide, and he kind of just quit on it. I want him swinging as many times as he can.
Absolutely. And the top of the 2nd inning is going to be brought to you by Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of PLW. Whether you are buying or selling a home, you now have a realtor trusted by PLW players and family. You can connect with Leilani on Instagram at Leilani Acuna. We love Leilani here.
Yeah, she's the number 1 realtor. So all these guys talking they want to come out and get in this league, that's who you call. You buy a house, you move out here, and get to our tryout, right?
That's right. James McBride asking, what's the game time temperature right now? I think it's probably about 70 degrees, but with the wind chill, it feels closer to 60. Or maybe it has cooled down below 70. It's not really warm. The sun is trying to come through the clouds, but it's not really having success in doing so.
Ruesch pounding the zone.
Brad Ogden goes down swinging there for the 1st out.
I just really think, yeah, Ruesch's pitching style is perfect for this win. He's got up and down movement. He pounds the zone. This is going to be good for them.
Nick Sansone back to the top of the order here. He takes another one high.
55.
2-1 now, I believe.
I think he goes. His go-to get me over is definitely his sidearm stuff. I think that's where he kind of goes to right now.
Misses inside.
2-1. You heard manager Bragnon to tell him be aggressive, so they want to get on the board here. Ooh,
Good pitch. It's going to fill the count. Sansone with a leadoff walk. Very patient batter, but when he gets one in the zone, he does not normally miss it. Owner of one of the longest home runs in PLW history here, for sure.
I've been here a lot during the weeks.
Nathan
He
Ruesch.
hits some of the most violent outs in the league.
Sure does. Another powerful man, Jason Stevenson, stepping in.
Yeah, I was at the softball fields before here, and Jason Stevenson is a legend. Everybody goes, "Oh, J-Rock's in that. You're the guy in the wiffle ball. My buddy J-Rock. My buddy J-Rock." Everybody knows J-Rock on the softball fields. Used to play for the Sanchos and Johnny Blaze, big-time teams in the softball world, especially in California.
Takes that slider in from Nathan Ruesch, behind 1 and 2 here. Ruesch drops down, misses high and outside though. 2 and 2.
Definitely was a chase pitch there. You can't give in to J-Rock or he'll make this thing 1-0 real quick.
He rips one up the middle. Ryan Ruesch going to cut that one off in front of the wall. Jason Stevenson with a 2-out single here. Brings up Casey Taravella.
Yeah, Casey Taravella, first at bat, hit the deep rocket to right field that the wind kind of knocked down. He saw Ryan Ruesch pretty good. Screwball in.
Ooh, swing and a miss at a 52-mile-an-hour slider there. 1 and 2.
That had some late movement.
Sure did. That's kind of the key in this league. If you have pitches with late movement, that's how you can beat batters. It's the early movement that everybody in this league can kind of sit back on and drive. That late movement, key to success. Misses low, 2 and 2.
Yeah, definitely the like Ryan Ruesch has like a lot of early movement, but it starts so far outside, it's scary because you're like, oh, is it coming back? Is it coming back?
Right.
You know. But that late movement is where you get the miss hits, the pop ups. Nate Ruesch is kind of a pitch into contact type of guy, so that late movement's huge.
Yep. Casey did foul that one off into the zone. He gets one of those, so to speak. He can foul it one time. The next time he does foul that back into the zone, it will be the catcher catching it and a strike 3 called.
Full count.
Nathan Ruesch misses way away there. Full count here.
Yeah, that wasn't a competitive pitch, but he's going to come back at him right now. Yep.
Taravella rolls that one over, and that's going to stay foul.
That looked like maybe a little submarine finger change. I know he's always messing with the ball. We talk pitching often. I really like his game. He's just a guy I just count on to pump strikes all night.
And that misses inside. That's going to be 2 guys on with 2 out here. After getting the first 2 guys of the inning, get another 2-out opportunity. Brings up Billy Osgood.
That's a great at-bat by Casey. Fouling off pitches. Even with a strike thrower like Ruesch, it's hard to keep throwing strikes in this wind. That was a great at-bat.
And he misses inside again there.
Billy Osgood got his 150th career hit last week.
Good for
He's
him.
the 15th player to do so. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's another impressive list. I'm sure it's a very similar list to the 100 RBI members of this league. It just shows that 150 hits, you have to really be around a while in BLW. You probably have to have played all 4 seasons, but you have to be, a good hitter as well to record that many hits. Taking all the way there on 3 and 1, and it does fill up. We have a go pitch here.
Yeah,
Runners will be in motion. And Billy swings and drives it, but that's going to fall short, and Ryan Ruesch makes a diving forward catch. That ball looked like it was gone off the bat, and the wind just held it up. Ryan Ruesch started back and ended up having to fall forward in order to make that catch. And another inning here with no damage done despite runners on.
I told my manager, Chad Phillips, the other day, Ryan Ruesch is a gold glover out there in left field. I've seen him make plays all year. He's not afraid to dive. He's not afraid to block something from the outfield. That guy, as good of a pitcher as he is, I think he's just as good or better of an outfielder.
100%. He's one of what we call a 3-way player in this league. A guy who can pitch, a guy who can hit, and a guy who can play defense. When you start to look around the league, there really isn't that many players that can kind of fit into that 3-way category. In this game specifically, Casey Taravella is probably one of them. And and that might be it. So it's really not too many guys in this league that we would call those 3-way players. And the fact that he's now in that category is a really impressive feat.
Yeah,
sure.
he's definitely a guy. The Cajuns, with Ledet is obviously the guy, the hitter, the manager, clutch pitcher. But you build a team around a Ryan Ruesch.
Of course,
And Clubhouse, he is I thought he was annoying when I first met him. He's the funniest guy in the league.
Sure is funny. And, to be honest, his brother Nathan's even funnier.
Yeah.
He's just not as loud.
I tell Ryan, Nathan's my favorite Ruesch, but Ryan's a great guy, too. I love the Ruesch brothers. Those guys are characters. They got me out of my angry Runnels face when we played them. I had to just embrace it and have a good time with them. They're just too funny.
Ledet going to go down swinging there on an 0-2 pitch in the zone from Jason Stevenson.
Jason maybe found the way to throw in this wind. Went right at him right there, and here's Ryan Ruesch.
Ryan Ruesch riding an 18-game hitting streak. Current leader in the PLW in active hitting streaks. Had a walk in the first inning, so he'll be looking to put the ball in play to try to continue that streak. A couple other guys in this game with some fairly lengthy streaks we'll talk about when they come up.
Ryan Ruesch is going to be at 21 at the end of the series. I think
you're calling it.
Yeah, he's a great hitter. His style and the way he's off the plate, you think you want to go outside, but he's looking for that. And if you give him the outside, he will hammer it that way. So I liked how we did it with taking the right field away and make him do something he doesn't want to do.
It's true. You kind of want to, if you think the hitter wants to go to the opposite field, you want to maybe try to play over there and force them to do something that they're not as used to doing.
Yeah, some of these guys, if they hit a single, that's fine. I'm fine with singles. I don't want doubles, triples, and dingers,
Right.
Oh, my God.
Makes a nasty screw. Makes a late hack there to foul it off.
Holy crap.
This is such a great angle to watch these nasty pitches from. And that one is going to grab the outer half of the zone. Ryan Ruesch says, hey, nice pitch, big guy. You got me there.
J-Rock's screwball looks like Fernando Valenzuela in the 80s right now. That thing is ridiculous.
3 straight Ks for J-Rock getting Morris, Ledet, and Ruesch. It's going to bring up Bo Evans with nobody on and 2 out. See if he puts a big swing into one. He takes down and in for a ball, 1-1. New poll is up. How are the announcers feeling from last night's loss? Angry at Coach Sparkles. Salty, salty, salty. Mixed emotions. Just happy to be here. As Bo Evans flies it deep to right, manager Brad Dodden going back, and he has a little trouble with it, and that ball is over the wall. Bo Evans with another home run, adding on to his impressive total so far this season. Really, we talked about Ryan Ruesch being most improved player. Bo Evans has got himself in that category as well.
He got a pitch up there, didn't try to pull it, went the other way with it. That's my favorite kind of oppo bombs are the best. That was perfect display of hitting and having an approach. It was awesome.
1-0 Cajuns here.
Is Brad
Bottom
okay?
2.
Good Lord.
Yeah, you got a little turnaround on that one. That just kind of shows you when the ball is up in the air and the wind is doing things to it. You think it's in one spot, and all of a sudden it's in another spot, then it's in another spot. Devlin Daniels slaps that one. Osgood over chasing, but he lets it go foul after bouncing one time.
And, Kyle, that's already one run that probably doesn't happen if they're at full strength because they're out. That's maybe Billy Osgood out there.
Yeah, he certainly, that ball barely left the yard. That is an easily robbable home run. That's only a 6-foot fence in right field. When Brad stands over in front of it, you'll see it's right at the top of his hat. I mean, you don't even have to jump to stand up in front of that one. He just got turned around as Devlin Daniels slaps one over in front of Trench Pacone, does a good job knocking it down and making the throw to the backstop for the 3rd out. But the Cajuns strike first here with a solo shot off the bat of Bo Evans, and it's 1-0 heading to the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, that was a good swing by Devlin. Yeah.
I think Bo had a...
I was looking for him on here.
Yeah,
he did not have a hit
he had a few going. He's kind of been more of a boomer bust kind of guy so far this season. Yeah, he's got a good amount of singles and doubles as well, but his power is the thing that's really emerged. He's got a baseball background, and he's got a good, quick swing. He actually does a really good job of hitting faster pitching. I remember seeing him a couple times in practice and Tom Gannon throwing some 70+ mile an hour pitches to him, and he hit home runs on back-to-back 70-mile-an-hour pitches, which doesn't sound like that fast of a pitch, but from 40 feet away is like a 105-mile-an-hour fastball or something. So he sees fast pitching good.
He needs to get in that group chat of the fast pitch wiffle ball team they're trying to throw together. If that's true, if he's hitting that kind of pitching, because
he sure can.
Talking to Randy Dalby the other day, it's a couple hits a game maybe, and if a guy like that can hit the fast pitching, we need him. Trench Pacone here. Trenchy boy is two RBIs away from 100 career, which would make him and 15 others with that number.
Yeah, I would like to see him get there tonight. I think he had the same opportunity last week. Didn't get nearly as many at-bats as he would like, as they had basically a full squad last week. But here he's going to get the start likely in all 3 games, so I like his chances of getting to that point as Nathan Ruesch takes a ton off that pitch. 43-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Doesn't even get to the plate. And fools Trent Pacone on that one as he goes down swinging for the first out here in the 3rd.
Just another reason why he's my favorite Ruesch. That was beautiful changeup.
Yeah, it's good to see him out there really thinking, being creative with what he's trying to do on the mound. Not just throwing the ball, but really trying to be analytical and cerebral out there, thinking about how to approach each at bat.
We didn't answer that poll.
I'm just happy to be here. I love playing WIFFLE, you know?
I have mixed emotions.
Angry at Coach Sparkles? Nah, I thought he managed a fantastic game. We did about what we could, you know? There was just, conditions were tough and, you know.
He left his heart out. I've never seen him that intense. He left his heart out on the field with us, and he was pumped. He chest bumped me after my 3-run homer in the 6th. I was stunned.
Brad Ogden doing a little bit of a mind game there. He steps towards Nathan Ruesch, flips his bat around, says, I'm not swinging here ever.
Wow. Talking to Nate Ruesch.
Misses low there. That's going to be a walk.
That's 2.
And that's going to be it for Nathan Ruesch. And we're going to see our 3rd Cajuns pitcher in as many innings. It looks like manager Andrew Ledet is going to come in and take the hill.
Andrew Ledet has a good, he has a nice screwball. He calls it, I think, a drop ball, but it moves. It kind of moves away from you. He has like a lot of in and away movement if you're a righty. Throws a nice fastball, slider. He's got all of the pitches.
He's the only thing that's right now a little off about Andrew Ledet is that supposedly he might have a little bit of elbow pain, but you know we've seen him kind of pitch through that, and I'm not sure if that's still a factor. But he's probably doesn't want to pitch as nearly as much as he has to tonight.
Yeah,
he's hoping to rely on Ryan and Nathan and Will and Sashi maybe and Devlin. You know, that they do have a lot of options, and even Kiefer. I mean, this Cajuns and Sash. I mean, everybody, literally, Bo.
Will Morris
absolutely
is
had
nasty.
to. Everybody on this Cajuns staff is capable of throwing innings if they need him.
Yeah, Ruesch. I know Ledet's elbow's hurting because I used to bring in this like little elbow cream for him to get him through some of the games early on in the year, but I don't see his like little elbow brace on, so maybe it's feeling better.
Yeah, maybe feeling better. Fans are calling for Kirby. Kirby, I think, is in the garage underneath right now. We'll have to get him out.
We're scared
Does
to
he
let
realize
Warfield,
it's game time?
We're scared to let Warfield use him.
Yeah,
right?
after what Warfield did to our scoreboard last night, our little whiteboard on the sideline after a home run by yourself, we might not let him anywhere near Kirby tonight.
Yeah,
no oil changes for Kirby. Kirby is an electric car, so
he
no
does
oil there.
He does something to Kirby. That's unforgivable.
Yeah, agreed.
He's gone.
Sansone takes another ball way in from Ledet. Oh, there he is. What's going on?
Hey,
He's
Kirb.
right there. 2-1 to Sansone, and he fouls that one.
My mom loves Kirby. Puts the Kirby emoji in the chat every time he comes out on the field.
I believe
she loves him.
I believe that's quickly become the most used emote by a mile. 2-2. Ledet takes a little off that one. 51-mile-an-hour changeup. Kind of looks like possibly that finger change. He told me that he's been working on that Tom Gannon finger change. That might have been it. And he gets Ledet swinging there.
A lot of big swings, getting a lot of guys out on these changeups. Everybody's all week seen the ball flying out of the yard. I think everybody's you're trying to be patient, make these guys walk, but when you're getting your pitches, you can tell they're trying to put it out of the yard. That's a good swing.
Stevenson swings and misses at that one. Down 1-2.
Was that hot? I missed that one.
I don't think so. 54 maybe.
Oh, okay. So
the 1-2 to Stevenson. Down and in. 2-2.
That looked like...
What happens if all pitchers walk out? The Legends have a small crew tonight. The rule is if you get to your last pitcher available, that pitcher has unlimited walks. So sometimes it has happened before. So sometimes there is a little bit of a strategy where maybe you throw, if you're down to 2 pitchers, maybe you throw your second to worst pitcher first, and then your slightly better pitcher after that, where hypothetically you want that guy to be able to continue to stay in the game. That is a rule. Hasn't happened this season as now rosters are quite large, 12 players total, so typically that's probably never going to happen again. Although on a night like this, where there's only 6 guys, it could happen.
We got close in Game 3.
Sure did. I mean,
has it happened before?
It has happened before. Not this season at all, but it has happened in the past. Yeah, I remember at least one Night Owls game where they went through 5 or 6 or 7 pitchers, and Joe Kuthler had to take the mound, and just not a guy with experience at all on the mound. And just proceeded to nearly walk the rest of the guys and was having a hard time throwing strikes.
Was it a close game or was it?
I think it was probably like maybe a 5 or 6 run deficit at the time, like 9-4 or something like that, and then it ended up being 15-4 after not 7 or 8 batters later.
I messaged our guy Dennis last night. I told him I was sorry for putting him in that scenario. He hasn't pitched a lot and then comes in with a 3-run lead, bases loaded, Dodos on the mound. I mean, that was tough. I was good. I bet it's never happened in a closest of a game like that. We got close.
Yeah, for sure. I do remember a situation last year when actually it was a Lightning Stonemen matchup, pre-Cajuns, where they were really shorthanded. They only had 4 pitchers, and Greg Kelly had to come in and in a huge spot had to face Chad Phillips at the plate. And Greg Kelly struck out Chad, looking to end the game in a huge moment in PLW history.
A battle of some PLW legends right there. Will Morris. Standing on the mound against Will Morris. He's 6'4", 6'5". He looks angry, and it's not fun. It doesn't look like there's anywhere to throw it to get him out. This guy has power. Probably some of the most power in the league.
He's a big guy. He stands at 6'3", 230-ish probably. And yeah, when he connects, he hits the ball a long way for sure.
And he's a super funny, nice guy, but he's like one of those guys like myself on the field. We look like we're miserable.
Yeah,
but
very
we're not.
very Adam Tanek-esque. Like when he's up there, he's not quite as tall as Adam, and maybe slightly slimmer at the moment. But yeah,
Oof.
dangerous guy from the left side.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Adam Tanek.
2-2 here. Stevenson coming into Morris. And a late breaker, but doesn't quite get there at 55, and it's full count.
J-Rock's got his batting gloves in his back pocket. They only got 6, not even enough time to take the batting gloves out because there's nobody on the bench.
And a swing and a miss, and Stevenson gets Morris.
Slider heavy on that at bat. I've maybe seen one screwball. He just pumping sliders on him right there. That, to me, with all that movement, he was able to get him. That's outstanding by J-Rock. Here's Andrew Ledet. Trying to go the other way there. Prettiest swing in PLW right here.
Certainly the smoothest, and it's pretty impressive that he gets a lot of power out of what doesn't really look like a swing with a lot of effort into it. J-Rock grabs the outside pipe there, but it is too hot, 59 miles an hour. A pitch must be 55 miles an hour or less in this league if it hits the zone in order to get a called strike. Batting gloves are useless, says James McBride. Not necessarily in this league. You'd be surprised. Ledet gets under this one, and that one is going to get beat down by the wind as Sansone gets under it for the third out. On many other nights, a ball hit that well to right field was going to sail into this Garden of Serenity. But Sansone does a good job getting under that one and securing the third out.
Yeah, my reaction was to think that's out of here because of the way the ball's been flying all week. But it's definitely blowing the other way today.
Yeah, it's blowing slightly in, and definitely if it's blowing out at all, it is going to left field. I think it's just blowing in general. I feel it on my face right now as opposed to most nights this week where it's been blowing the opposite direction and it's hard on the pitchers. But still, even just a little bit of breeze, it's making tough on the pitchers.
Look at the trees in right field, Tom. If you can, I mean, those things are howling up there. But yeah, it looks like it's more blowing in.
Yeah, it sure does. Center field, you don't see much movement. Left field, you see a little. And the high trees in right field, you definitely see some movement up there. It's what we call those.
Look at how much more it's calmer to the left and howling in the right. It's weird.
Trench has coined that phrase, Tier 2 winds, and it's really true, where if you can get a ball up a certain height here above the walls that we play within, and the ball will just do different things than it would on a lower one. Taravella fouls the first pitch off, and he's behind 0-2.
Taravella walked his last at-bat with that great at-bat, fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch, and then just finally, Nate Ruesch gave in to him. 59 by Ledet. That slider's sharp tonight. Most intense moment of the week.
Oh, Taravella way ahead of that one, and Ledet gets him swinging for the first out. Most intense moment of this week. Sasai Alarcon ejection. Ryan Chen, 17 RBI. That was a 3-hour-long intense moment. 7 home run, 17 RBI performance. Kirby warned by the league after his maniacal driving. Tom Gannon, 15 strikeout performance, a new PLW record. Or Sparkles? Question? Oh, that can't be it. I'm going with Tom Gannon, 15 strikeouts, new PLW record. Man, Ryan Chen, those 7 home runs, new PLW record. God, both of those are feel untouchable.
Kyle, I've had 2 good weeks in a row, 17 RBIs total in 6 games. Chen did 17 RBIs in 3 games.
Yeah, that's bonkers.
And it wasn't, the wind was blowing out, but it wasn't like he was hitting tanks.
Yeah, he takes man swings. He sure does. Look, any of these are reasonable votes for sure. 2-2 now from Ledet to Osgood. But really been a great week of Wiffle all around, and we have it here continuing tonight.
I've been here, umping, sky camming, everything. It's been the best week of the season, in my opinion.
Wow, and that one grabs the outside pipe, 55 miles an hour, double nickels. That pitch is just unhittable. From a lefty to a right-handed batter, if they paint that lower left portion of the zone on your screen, they just cannot hit.
Unhittable.
Trench goes after the first pitch. A little hot, 57, down 0-2.
And in PLD, you have to give the pitcher some quick pitch.
Yeah, a little bit of a
moly.
shortened windup, and as he's done that a few times lately, and I can see a wry smile on Ledet as he strides off the
dirty
field.
Dog.
Yeah, not really a quick pitch by definition as Trench was ready, but more of a slide step. And gets Bacone looking there for the third out, and Ledet strikes out the side.
Definitely nothing illegal or anything there. Ledet pulled that stunt on me and scared me. I think the pitch was up at my head, and I fouled it off. He startled me with it, but I was ready to go.
That's 5 straight strikeouts by Andrew Ledet is coming into this game. We were talking about maybe his elbow is hurting him.
Yeah, I think
maybe this isn't quite the spot he wants to pitch in. Looks like he's fine to me, right?
Elbow looks perfect for him right now. He's fine. Here's my boy. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to throw the headband on for my man, Ryan.
Oh.
I'm going to throw the headband on for Rye. He's my guy. Rye's my guy.
Okay. We have headband at the plate, headband in the booth.
I'm throwing the headband on for him. He's my guy.
See if he can continue that 18-game hitting streak right here as he
I
gets
tried.
under this one. That's going to drift.
Look at that.
Wow, so that just shows us a good example of the wind. That ball was popped up pretty much right above second base, and that blew probably 20 feet to our right into foul territory. Osgood and Ogden had no shot at that one. No. Second life for Ruesch. 0-2 here. Ryan with a good late swing. Tried to shoot that one down the line, but a little too late.
I'm telling you, especially with Brad in the infield, I would have my second infielder over there. That's where Ruesch wants to go.
I think you're spot on there, Brad, with not a ton of mobility. Being a man of half a century years old, and he's not shy to remind you about it.
He's not going to hit it at Trench. He's looking to drive it to the 102.
He gets under this one. Osgood's going to try to help out Ogden. They don't touch this. That's foul. Foul ball, yeah. Osgood's touched it in foul territory. Foul. It bounced in fair, drifted way into foul ball. Yeah,
that looked foul.
Yeah. Osgood let this bounce.
The boys are looking up at me. Guys, I'm just commentating. Yeah. I know I'm here umpiring all the time, but I can't make that call. I'm not going to pull a Chad and start doing both.
Another ball with a lot of wind and a lot of spin there. Ryan Ruesch with another life here. And he slaps that one. That's going to be right at a perfectly positioned Osgood. He's struggling with it. Makes a throw. And it's in time for the out. Nice play by Billy Osgood to stay with that one. Kind of lost it after it hit him in the midsection. Wasn't quite sure where it was. Scampered behind him, grabbed it, made a nice strong throw from deep short to get Ryan Ruesch there for the first out here in the 4th.
Under my strategy, that would have been a hit for Ruesch because I wouldn't have been playing that up the middle. But
a little deja vu here for Osgood as he's got a chance and he fires it right back to the strike zone, towards the strike zone for out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 outs there for Stevenson.
Osgood's got some three-way ability. The guy plays. He's got one of the best catches of the year in outfield. Solid at short. Eats up innings pitching, and he's got some pop.
Yeah, sneaky guy for sure. He would definitely be a candidate for that 3-way player list. Absolutely. Be very interesting to see the way we were talking the other day about how this league would shake out if we did a redraft where all these 3-way players, as we say, would go. Would Taravella be a first-round pick? I mean, geez, if I had a top handful of picks, how can you pass on a guy like Casey Taravella who can do all 3?
Taravella's definitely a first-round pick.
I agree. Devlin Daniel here 1-2-2 against Jason Stevenson. He's going to look for a pitch in the zone to try to drive hard to extend this lead for the Cajuns.
Yeah.
And he fights that one off, but that's going to be back to Stevenson. Stevenson struggles a little there. Almost stumbled a little bit, lost his balance, but did a good job staying with it, getting the third out. 3 ground outs that inning for the Cajuns. 1, 2, 3 they go. We go to the top of the 5th here. Yeah, low scoring. We just kind of see the difference, right? Wind blowing out.
Whole different game.
A lot of runs. We were talking maybe this is going to be another one of those nights where there's a lot of runs scored, just like so far this week. Last night there was like 50 runs scored. The Ones Vader series this week, there was 50 runs scored. The Night Owls, there was a ton of runs. But with the wind blowing in, yes, it's hard for the pitchers, but those balls in the air are just not carrying.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle, we scored 30 runs, and we lost the series 2 out of 3. If you'd have told me we're going to average 10 runs a game, we swept.
Yeah, right. Not enough to get it done.
No.
But one might be enough to get it done so far in this game. The way Ledet's pitching, he struck out 5 in a row. You know, not really sure what the record is for most consecutive strikeouts. We do know the record for most strikeouts in a game is 15, set this week by Tom Gannon. Ledet with 5 consecutive strikeouts.
What Tom Gannon did with that 15 strikeout performance, as it was going on, I'm like, this is the greatest performance I've ever seen. With the way the wind was blowing out, and he was just, I think he had an early walk and just pumped it at everybody the rest of the night.
Really an
super
impressive performance.
Tom, I talked to Tom. I go, Tom, 15Ks, it's a record. Really? And I was like, yeah, Tom. He goes, they should have just stood there. I would have walked them out.
He's so cool. He's so humble when it comes to that.
I love Tom. He's a great guy.
That was a little bit of his MO a couple seasons ago, where he was known as, he had some nasty stuff, but his kryptonite was the ability to walk guys, and he did it a little bit as a higher rate than he has this year. But I think he's taken that out of his game, and he's really come right after guys. As Ledet shakes off the catcher here on 1 and 2, what's he got? He goes away to manager Brad Ogden. Brad's got to have to really be, a leadoff hitter here. He's got to try to get on base and give his power hitting guys a chance to drive him in. Ledet's got to come right after him here, though. But it's full
He's
count.
playing some mind games. He's
a little
talking
bit.
trash
Hey, look,
to the pitchers.
He knows he's not. He knows he's not exactly known as a guy who's a great hitter, and this is the way he maybe gets his edge. Oh, he swings at 57 there. Had he taken that, that would have been ball 4. But Ledet strikes out the 6th guy in a row.
6 in a row. Goodness.
I don't know if we quite have the stats the database ability in order to go back and find out what the record is. We'd have to kind of do it by hand, but 6 in a row is kind of got to be the record.
If he didn't walk Brad Ogden last inning, it'd be 9 in a row. Goodness.
Wow, that was Nathan before, but yeah, you're right. I mean, that's...
yeah.
Yeah, 20,000 followers we crossed last night here on Twitch. Really a big milestone for us. It's as these milestones that keep coming up as we cross them, whether it's players hitting 100 career RBIs or certain pitchers with 300 strikeouts, or us with 20,000 followers here on Twitch. We thank every one of you for following us and loving this little league we love here out here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's been this. I've lived out here 2 years now, and it's been just with COVID and everything. It's been hard to meet people, make friends. This community has taken me in with open arms.
And Sansone goes down swinging, and that's 7 in a row by Ledet. Wow, what are we seeing right now? At some point, I mean, this has got to be the record. 7 Ks in a row?
Kyle, I feel silly. It's odd. Mr. Ledet is in the stands, his dad. He's got to put on a show for his dad tonight.
That's right. Good point. I saw him again earlier today. Very nice gentleman.
Andrew's dad watches every game, whether his son's
fan,
playing or not. I came up, introduced myself.
Stevenson. Ledet tried to sneak that slide step by J-Rock, but the experienced Jason Stevenson wasn't fooled by it and does a great job breaking up that streak, slapping it past a diving Bo Evans at second. Gets these legends a 2-out base hit and gives Casey Taravella a chance to tie this game with a big swing. Down and away.
Nasty right now. Just looks so good for about 35 feet, and then just the last 5 feet just falls out.
Unabomber saying Gannon had a few in a row, and yeah, he must have had a bunch in a row in that 15K game. I can kind of look it up and see what he's got. And Taravella goes down swinging, and if it wasn't for that Jason Stevenson single, that's 8 Ks and 9 batters for Andrew Ledet. Just impressive performance thus far out of the pen by manager Andrew Ledet. And his Cajuns have a 1-0 lead here, heading to the bottom of the 5th. And there you see it, 20,000 followers. Thank you very much.
That's so awesome.
PLW Nation, if you're not following us right now and you like what you see, please go ahead and do hit that follow button so you get notified every time we do go live here on Twitch. If you so feel necessary, if you have Amazon Prime, if you don't want to watch those ads, if you have Amazon Prime, or if you just want to hit that subscribe button anyway to avoid those ads and get some extra wiffle ball points and unlock a few cool emotes that we have, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Amazon Prime free subscription once a month. We appreciate all of you that are not only following but subscribing as well. We love you, PLW Nation.
Yeah, this. I was kind of finishing my point. This community, these people, it's just so many good people, man, and we love your support and subscribe. My best friend back home, though, I tell him subscribe. He says, I don't mind the ads. It annoys me. I got to get him to subscribe. Brett.
Somebody was saying mathematically, Tom had to have 5 strikeouts in a row if he struck out 15 in a game. I'm trying to think. I think 4 is correct because you could go 4, then ground out, 4, ground out, 4, ground out, and then 3. So 4 is the minimum you'd have to have there. But Andrew Ledet just did 7. So yeah. I will take a look at Tom's box score and confirm and see if maybe that is the record. But this one's a fly ball. The Brad Ogden does a good job ranging to his left to catch that weak pop-up from Kiefer McClendon.
Look at Brad. He knew he had it the whole way. Yeah, I know, because with the wind blowing out on Tom, I know he walked one early and gave up a 2-run homer. And it was then he went right back to groove, and then he gave up another home run, I want to say later in the game, and then just kept striking it. For the conditions, it was the best. That was the best performance I've seen. With or without the conditions. 15 Ks, goodness gracious.
I was just talking about the outs there as Will Morris gets under this one. It's drifting. Casey Taravella leaps up, maybe a little unnecessarily. That one was a tough one, and he does honestly say there that, look, that ball hit off my hands and then off the wall, and that's going to be a triple by Will Morris.
Right, Kyle?
Yeah, that's a non-routine play. This one was drifting big time from our right to left. Casey, really tough play up against the wall. Good 1 out triple there by Will Morris.
This is a big spot for Andrew Ledet right here. Just needs a single to get him in, or even a deep fly.
Yeah, deep fly ball to Casey Taravella, though. Watch out as this ball, he might come up throwing here. Oh, and it's down for another dirty single for Andrew Ledet, and his batting average continues to climb. And Ryan Ruesch here comes up in the 5th inning here. 0 for 2 with a walk so far this game. He's needing a base hit in order to keep his hitting streak alive.
I have to put the headman on because I said he'd go to 21. I have to. He needs to get a hit. I can't be wrong on my first prediction in the booth. I can't.
Yeah, and if the Cajuns hold on to this lead, he might not see the plate again, so this might be it for Ryan Ruesch's hitting streak. Ryan slaps one by Osgood. And he can't make the play, and that's absolutely going to be we have 4-9 here, Matt.
Whoa.
493, 490. 507. He is out at second base on the average of the 3. 490, 493, 507. He's going to be out at second base. We do have a replay. If they wanted to challenge, we could.
You got a challenge for the hit streak.
Ledet says nope. Looks good to me. Man.
That's tough. Bo Evans.
Bo Evans with a triple off the wall. We've seen him with a home run so far this game, and now with a 2-out triple. It's going to bring Ryan Ruesch in and allow that lead to extend to 3-0. Yeah, that's going to go down as a fielder's choice for Ryan Ruesch there. Maybe his guys with a couple more hits can give him another chance this inning, but probably not. That hitting streak might end at 18 games.
That's a tough way to lose a hit streak. That was he was 0.1 second away from a hit streak. 18, though. Wow. And I see Casey Nielsen walking into the building. Oh!
Devlin Daniel ropes one hard. Kind of dies out there in left field, but Casey Taravella does a good job looking it into his hands for the 3rd out. But the Cajuns tack on 2, extend their lead to 3-0. We'll see if Andrew Ledet goes back out there and see if he goes to somebody else in his bullpen. But the way he's dealing, I think he's just going to say, all right, guys, I'll take the ball and let's just go finish this first one off.
Definitely. Gotta get that first. It's always good to get that first win under the belt to start the series. And then, I like that. Win in the game you're in and figure it out later.
Yeah, as much as you want to say We'll try to be strategic here and try to figure out how many innings I can conserve out of myself or my other pitchers. Going to get a W is the of utmost importance, really.
Absolutely.
Winning games first, and then, figure out the strategy later for sure. It's a couple of Legends fans. I believe that's Mrs. Osgood.
These two clubs, I see them a lot umpiring and stuff, and they're two different clubhouses, but two of my favorite clubhouses. Brad Ogden's got it all mapped out, planned out.
Oh, yeah. Legends fan favorite.
And then Ledet, they kind of ride the hot streaks. Like, if a guy's going, he's going. If he's doing good, he ain't taking him out.
And that's
They're
a
not
good way,
thinking about it.
and that's a good way to manage a team, for sure. 325 viewers here hanging out with us. Friday night WIFFLE here at the Hideaway Field, Las Vegas, Nevada. PLW. Ooh! Hard hit ball up the middle off of Ledet. Bo Evans comes in, scampers, and he does make the throw in time. Nice job by Bo Evans to react to that ball off of Andrew Ledet. Comes in on the run, picks it up, throws to the backstop for the first out.
That's great hustle by Bo. You got to, in this thing with the way how crazy the ball is, you got to be just swarming it like a bunch of 5-year-olds on a soccer field, and somebody's got to be able to pick that up off the deflection. That was a great play by Bo.
Absolutely. Trench takes that one away, but it's going to be 56, and he gets ahead 1-1 here. Ledet thought he got away with one there.
We got some point spread drama.
We do have some point spread drama. Cajuns were -2.5. They're covering at the moment. All the Legends backers, which were more than half, are rooting for our man Trench here to do some damage, see if they can get them in this game. And Trench takes that one away, and it's 3-1. Ledet does not have a walk.
I like the way Trench has been hitting since he came to the Legends. The at-bats haven't been there for him, but I feel like he gets a hit a lot.
I agree.
In his few at-bats.
Takes that one, 55, double nickels, inside pipe to go to full count. James McBride saying, home run, please. Everybody's rooting for Trench here.
A home run would be huge for the Legend.
Ducktard, please, for the love of WIFFLE points, hit a home run.
It's going to be tough tonight, boys and girls with the wind, but...
Trench does a good job fouling that 3-2 pitch off.
That looked like that finger change again, huh?
I think you're right. That one lost, though. That finger changeup seems to lose pace as it gets right to the plate. So if you're a little too far ahead, you can swing and miss at it, but Trench does a good job fouling that one off. Full count, Ledet. Trench up the middle, base hit. Gives the Legend some life here.
Telling you, man, Trench has been putting some good at-bats together since coming over to the Legends, and I know he got off to a slow start with the Vipers, but his average has got to be pretty high since being a Legend.
I agree.
He's hitting it good.
Manager Brad Ogden here takes away. He's going to be patient here, maybe do a little of those mind games, try to make Ledet be a little less comfortable on the mound as he's been the last few innings. Ledet going to start to feel pressure here. If somehow Brad Ogden gets on, you got to have the tying run at the plate for the powerful Sansone and Stevenson. Next two guys, big at bat here by the manager, and he takes down 2-1.
If I'm Ledet, I know Ogden's red light till he gets a strike.
You have to go right after him, force him to swing the bat. And Brad does swing the bat on 2-1.
Thank you for making me look ridiculous.
Evans flips that to Boba for the out at second, but he misses wide.
That was off the plate, Kyle.
Yeah, that was going to be inside for ball 3. Brad Ogden probably going to be a little annoyed at himself that he ended up swinging at a ball there. Would have given himself a chance to possibly walk on the next pitch.
I don't care if
but
you're...
he's not incapable of smacking the ball.
No,
for sure.
Just for me in this situation with Nick Sansone on deck, I want him up with a chance to tie
and you need 2 base runners, right?
And
it's a 3-0 game.
yeah.
In a 2-0 game, okay, you take a hack and try to move a runner over or something, but...
Best case scenario, Brad Ogden hits one out. It's still a 1-run game.
Right. It doesn't really do anything.
Doesn't. It's not worth the risk to me there. If you swing 2-1 in that situation, you got to drive it.
Sansone hits one hard to Evans. He gets a hand on it. Sashi Boba's going to go to second. Boba's going to hustle over, and I think he does get it in time, and that's the ball game. Cajuns win game 1, 3-0 off the back of Andrew Ledet's impressive relief performance. He comes in after Ryan Ruesch and Nathan Ruesch walk out. Ledet then strikes out 7 batters in a row, what we believe is likely a new PLW record. Really impressive performance by the Cajuns. They cover the -2.5. Great work by Andrew Ledet and the entire Cajuns team. That's it for game 1. We'll be right back for game number 2. Welcome back to Hideaway Field. Friday night wiffle here, PLW, Las Vegas, Nevada. You just watched Game 1. The Cajuns taking down the Legends 3-0 after an impressive pitching performance by manager Andrew Ledet. We saw a solo shot by Bo Evans, an RBI triple by Bo Evans.
Yeah, Ledet really just put the team on his back. My two guys struggled a little bit, and he just went right at these guys. He gave up 2 hits, 2 singles, no walks, bunch of strikeouts. Huge performance by Ledet, and he's one of those guys, man. He's gonna do it at the plate. He's gonna do it pitching. He leads this team. He's the engine for the Cajuns.
Yeah, we talked about when he came into the game. Maybe he's not 100%. He's got a little bit of elbow issues the last number of weeks, but it sure didn't look like his arm was hurting him at all there, as his stuff was as nasty as it's ever been.
It looked sharper. It had some bite on it. It definitely wasn't. Earlier in the year, it looked like he was more just trying to get things over with some movement. That he looked up to his 100% form.
Yeah, vintage Ledet for sure. Some of the stuff that won him the Rookie of the Year in Season 2. It's kind of a few seasons away now. We maybe forgot a little bit about the fact that he used to play for the Ones, team that won the championship. Kind of quiet that maybe people forget that this guy was Rookie of the Year that year, and he had one heck of a season both at the plate and on the mound, and good to see some vintage Ledet right there. And I believe we're going to see Will Morris getting the start here in game number 2. They had their starters predetermined, and it doesn't look like Ledet is going to break from that.
If I know my teams like I know these guys when I'm here all the time, it's going to be, I'm thinking Morris versus Osgood. Is that what you
right.
would go?
Osgood or Stevenson. Although Stevenson did go a handful of innings there. I believe he went 5 innings. He came in to relief of Casey in the first inning and then went the rest of the way. Ledet pitched 3 innings, I want to say. Ryan started the first. Nathan came in the first, second.
I hope we don't lose our manager down the ladder. He's having trouble.
Sparkles struggling. Oh, boy.
Chad,
let's
please,
take a
somebody
look
help
here.
him.
Oh, boy.
Anthony, help our skip out.
Good.
Oh, no.
Oh, there he goes.
2 cups in the hand?
You know, he did say he was sore for the first time in his life at 45 years old. Yeah, I don't know if you want to believe that or not, but today he was sore for the first time in his life at 45 years old.
You know what? Some of the things he says sometimes, dropping out of 6th grade. He pulled himself out of school in 6th grade.
Is that
Didn't
true?
even have to ask his parents? I mean, the guy is remember the most interesting man in the world?
Yeah, the Dos Equis guy.
Chad is the second most interesting man in the world.
For sure.
The guy just
he went to that audition and they were like, if you had a beard, you were in, but he didn't quite make it. Yeah.
When I talk to my buddies back home, most guy I get asked about is Sparkles. They want to know what he's like, the things he says. My dad's always like, "Hey, are you fighting with him on the field?" I'm like, "No, he's animated when he talks."
Right.
Chad, I love him.
Chad. All right, here we go. We're going to see Will Morris, rookie number 2 overall draft pick. Big right-handed thrower. Very, as we said, Adam Tanek-esque. He's got that tall left-handed bat stature, and he's a big guy throwing hard right-handed. Probably the ideal way to orient. You want to be a left-handed batter because you're going to face so many righties in your hitting career, and you want to be a right-handed pitcher facing all those right-handed batters.
Absolutely.
This is the ideal specimen when it comes to batting and wiffle ball and baseball. And there's my man, one of our umpires tonight. Actually, Trevor, I think, is an extra umpire tonight hanging out. He's controlling Kirby, Trevor Bauer. Bauer's great. We have manager Chris Warfield of the Warbirds, third base, Matt Petrikis on the first base line doing the scorebook, David Harley Jr. of the Snappers.
A guy, Dave Harley, always brings me snacks, drinks. I don't even ask. He just does it. He's just he's one of the nicest guys around.
He's our guy.
Always hooks me up.
Tom Gannon up on Skycam. And we have Team Merciel in the dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
Sean and Hayden Merciel in the dungeon. Kyle Lohman and Cody Reynolds up here in the booth. Now we're underway, game 2.
Sean's my Saturday morning. He's in our little practice group we do up north.
Morris misses for the first pitch down, and Sansone fouls that one off.
So studying Will Morris, when I was studying him for him to play, I thought, oh, okay, he just kind of goes right at you, nothing special. Getting in the box, tons of movement, late movement, and it's heavy. it feels 65 and it's 55.
Sansone just gets under that one. Sashi Boba hustles over, does a nice job of catching that ball that would have went into foul territory had he not got there, but takes that foul ball, turns that foul ball into an out. Pitcher's got to love that.
Sashi was under the weather last week. He looks back to his normal self, covering a lot of ground there to make that play. Foul ball.
Very likely to see the exact same lineup for the Legends this game. Sansone, Stevenson, Taravella, Osgood, Picone, and Ogden, as that's the same 6 guys they had last game. Not sure why they would mix it up, really. That's pretty much best from top to bottom.
Yeah, I know they're missing some of their key guys, but they're going to get a lot of at-bats. I'm going to get a chance to figure it out.
I see you guys on TikTok yelling us about to try to fix the camera. I'm trying to make it as clear as possible for you. We use this wide-angle lens. If you're hanging out on TikTok, you only see that one camera angle. Come on over to Twitch. That's got that full broadcast, multiple camera angles.
Will Morris just pumping the zone. I'm telling you, his stuff it's deceptive. You don't get the true feel of it until you're in the box, and it's good stuff. Like a little change-up.
He did say last week he was really focused on throwing strikes and probably going to go with that same mentality tonight with that wind possibly moving the ball a little bit around the zone. Right after Casey Taravella takes him off there at 51 miles an hour. Casey's ahead of it. A couple of Ks. Will Morris.
Morris looks good. Going right at him.
Yeah, really a plethora, an embarrassment of riches or whatever the phrase is for Andrew Ledet here with his arms. He's got himself, the Ruesches, Kiefer, Sashi, Morris. I mean, he's just got so many options, Andrew Ledet, with this Cajun staff. Just did a great job drafting guys and acquiring guys that can both pitch and hit. And this Cajuns team's for real.
We were talking, I mean, when these guys figure it out, when Will Morris, figures it out, he's throwing strikes. He doesn't even really mess around with the weird pitches, finger. He figures it out. He's going to be a problem.
Yeah, 100%.
And Kiefer, he pitched against us in the first time we played him, and he has some good stuff. And it's like these guys, when Ledet gets these guys figured out, they're going to have, like you said, an embarrassment of riches. They're going to just, whoever's hot that night, and just roll with it.
Nice problem to have. You can just literally go to anybody. You turn around and you got 4 options to choose from. There we go. You were correct. Billy Osgood taking the hill here for the Legends. He's going to face Andrew Ledet to start off this game. That one dives in low.
Yeah, Billy throws a lot of right to left sliders. He has a nice drop. He mixes in a knuckleball every once in a while, and there's the slider.
Ledet shoots that one down the left field line, but it does drift into foul territory. Jess misses, staying inside the line there.
I wish I had a left-handed swing like Ledet's. I'm jealous. Ooh.
That was a sharp breaking ball. Maybe a little wind assisted on that one. Kind of took it a little bit. 2-2 here.
Wind keeps coming and going, huh, Kyle? I keep thinking it's going away, and then it comes back.
Well, if you ask manager Brad Ogden, if it wouldn't be a Legends game if there wasn't some wind.
Right. Yeah.
Full count here.
They get the bad end of that a lot.
Seems to happen. Full count till Ledet. Ledet swings at that one, knocks it down to Trent Picone playing first base this time. Gets up, makes a hard throw, and hits the backstop for the first out. As automatic as they come in this league at either hot corner there.
Death, taxes, and Trent Picone makes ground ball plays all day. It's 3 guarantees in life.
Ryan Ruesch here comes up, looking to start a new hitting streak, but a dreaded dribbler, as Trench says, back to Osgood, and on one pitch, gets Ryan retired.
My guy, Rye. I think I'm making him nervous in the booth.
You might. You might be...
He looks up to me.
Jinxing him, for sure.
You know, he looks up to me, and I just think I'm making him nervous up here. Oh,
Bo Evans deep to left, but that ball's going to drift foul. Casey might have had a play on that for a second.
Yeah, Harley with the foul ball call. That was close, but definitely foul.
Delahante asking, is there a bullpen back there? Yeah, there is a bullpen, actually, behind that container. Bo with a ground ball back to Osgood, and 3 ground outs. And the Cajuns go 1-2-3 as the Legends did. 6 up, 6 down between the two sides in this inning, and we go to the top of the second. Definitely a lower scoring affair tonight. We talked about the wind being a factor for the pitching, but it's really been a factor for the hitting more so far tonight, as there's really been no travel on only just a couple of balls really jumped off bats. Besides that, it's been hard for any ball to really be damaging tonight.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good pitches, a lot of guys getting in on the hands of people, staying away with the. I've noticed a lot of great changeups. Guys are kind of gearing up, trying to maybe put a little more on it because the wind isn't there, and the getting guys out in front and missing the changeup a lot. And yeah, you got to just kind of get back to the basics of thinking middle away, try to just put good contact on the ball, get something going. Like for me with the wind last night. I threw out all my. I said, get under anything up in the zone, get it up, because it's going, you know. So kind of throw out the fundamentals out and just get the ball up.
Those bets are still open, but closing soon, guys. Get those last bets in. We have Cajuns minus 2.5 again in likely a low-scoring affair. I do like the Legends again, plus 2.5. I didn't really make a pick on the first game, but you kind of got to like the Legends here, as that was a very low-scoring game. The Cajuns were kind of fortunate to get a cover there.
Yeah, definitely. That was...
Osgood gets under that one, and Morris does a good job jumping off the mound, taking that play himself for the first out here in the second.
Morris is a stud athlete.
Yeah, starting to slowly put himself in that three-way player category, as we were talking earlier. Can clearly hit, can clearly pitch, and he can move pretty... He's played mostly right field, I think, so far, but some infield as well for the Cajuns. You can see did a good job fielding his position there off the mound.
When they had last week against us, when they had Kiefer at short, him at third, there was nothing getting through on the ground with those two monsters over there.
Yeah, some young players of this league showing out early for manager Andrew Ledet. As Morris forces Trench to roll over that one, ground it right back to him, and Morris handles the first 2 outs of this inning. And it's quickly 2 down, and that's going to bring up Brad Ogden here. Nobody on and 2 out. And he slaps one over through the wickets of Sashi Boba at third base. Probably should have had that one for sure. It was a hard hit ball, but right between the legs of Sashi. He's got to be able to get down and knock that down at least. But Brad Ogden reaching here. Sansone going to try to drive him in, but he rolls over that one, and that's going to trickle foul. Bo keeps it foul.
I just seen something in the chat, and I think they're talking Is Adam Schefter out there in sunglasses? I think they're talking about Anthony.
It's pretty good. He does look a little bit like Shefty.
My buddies last night on the cam were calling him B-Rad from Malibu's Most Wanted with all the headband and stuff, and that had me going. I love Anthony. He's one of those. He's a great clubhouse guy. You can tease him. He teases you. He's a great guy. Perfect to our team.
Sansone gets under that one, but Ryan Ruesch is going to track it, no problem, makes the catch in shallow left. That error doesn't come back to haunt them, thankfully. Brad Ogden reached with an error through the wickets of Boba, but Sansone flies out for the third out. And scoreless here so far through 1.5. What do you think? Race to 3 this game? Three might be enough again. I mean, the conditions right now, you're looking at the trees, only a little bit of breeze, but slightly cooler air than we've experienced recently here in Las Vegas. And it just feels like only a handful of runs might get a game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. After facing Will Morris, I'm a big fan of him. I think I can see him shoving all 6 innings. I'm a real believer in his game and his style of pitching. Normally, after I face guys a couple times, I kind of have a book on him or an approach I'm going to do the next time. Him, it's like I was seeing it but couldn't hit it, and that's a guy like that. That's tough to hit, and the way he's looking right now, he's gonna go some innings in this game for sure. Get him a run, and it might be over.
Yeah, it might be first to 1 or 2 in this game for sure. That's
Casey Nielsen making his first appearance.
It looks like after I gave out that sharp pick of Legends plus 2.5, everybody jumped on it. I saw Jim Dodos in the chat saying that I might know what I'm talking about. Feel free to tail me.
I always, whenever I see Dodos's bet, I go with him.
Nielsen swinging, missing it. That one, Beaumont's good. 55. I guess maybe he was just a little under it, maybe slightly behind it.
Yeah, that was just looked like just a kind of straight fastball, maybe a little movement, but just went right at him. Kiefer, I love Kiefer. Should be he looks to go. If he gets something up, middle away, lets him get his arms extended, it'll be 1-0 here real quick.
Osgood pumping the zone, gets ahead 0-2. And just misses there.
It's an interesting hat Kiefer's got on. He's a bit of a character. He's always got something different on.
Yeah, we said it was a slightly cool, but I'm not quite sure if it's a winter cap kind of cool weather yet here in Vegas.
No. That's soft. He's soft if this was cold. Right? That's my guy.
2-2 here. And he reaches out, but that's going to knock it to Trench Pacone at short this time.
Trench Pacone.
And fires it in. Yeah, they moved the infield around a little bit where Stevenson went over to third, maybe had to cover less ground, and they had Trench playing short there.
It was two and a half again on the spread. I like that.
Yeah. Will Morris batting sixth in this game.
Looks like he's a little off the plate.
Kind of says a lot about their lineup when you have a guy as dangerous as Morris batting sixth.
Definitely the most powerful hitter in the sixth hole in the league, I would say. I'm thinking real quick. Oh.
And there it goes. No, it doesn't. Not even close. That ball was gone off the bat and was 7 feet short of the wall. Sansone got under it, and we were talking about maybe the wind has died down. Not even close to the case. It's clearly blowing in from right field. Wow, that was an absolute no-doubter on most days of the week, and the wind just spit on it, forced it to stay inside the yard.
That's not fair. That was hammered, and it stayed in. Will Morris is smiling. He's like, what else do I got to do?
Yeah, that's one of those ones where, you just have to chalk it up to the conditions and know you executed your swing. Know that, look, I did everything right. I saw a pitch down the middle. I put a nice hard swing on it. And look, just tonight with this wind, the little tiny weightless plastic ball is just not going to fly out. You got to really hammer it.
If a guy built like him can't hit that ball out, it's going to be tough for anybody.
Who's going to hit one out? I mean, we saw one game one off the bat of Bo Evans the other way, snuck one over the wall just barely.
Right.
And maybe that, who knows, that could be the only bomb of the night we see.
Even when the wind was going crazy this week, the first games were really crazy with the scoring, and then they did go down a little bit, with the exception of our games, but ours, it stayed windy the whole time. The wind usually dies when the sun goes down, and then you get the lower scoring games. So if that ball ain't going out, I'm telling you, one run's going to do it.
Yeah, typically peak wind in the late afternoon here, and the grounder back to Morris as he's made a handful of plays so far through the first 2+ innings. It's all Will Morris right now. Tried to help himself out with that hard hit ball to deep right, but didn't quite have enough.
There's Mr. Perfect, Casey Taravella, with an outstanding performance last week on the mound. Perfect game. Unbelievable. Third one in PLW history.
Yeah, it was up here to call it. Honestly, we didn't really realize it until the scorekeeper kind of said something to us. They were up 7-0 through 4, and we saw him go out there. And Dodos and I were talking about, well, maybe Brad's making a mistake. So he rips one foul.
Yeah.
Maybe Brad was making a mistake, wasting Casey's pitch.
I remember you guys talking about that.
We're like, this seems crazy. And then we found out a batter or so later that he hadn't given up a base runner. And we were saying that makes a lot more sense.
I think it was the day after or the day of the same Kershaw came out after 7 with the Dodgers.
It was the same day.
Same
Absolutely.
day, right?
Yep.
It was in the air.
Yeah. It was going to be a perfect game that day, regardless, whether it was Clayton Kershaw or it was Casey Taravella. Yeah, full count here. First full count, I believe, Morris has faced so far this game. It's got to be. He's got a lot of early pitches. Going to come right after Taravella here. And Casey swings and fouls that one away. Good battle here right now.
This is what he did last time. Remember, he fouled off a bunch of pitches, doesn't give in, and worked a walk.
A lot of room up the middle over Morris's head there. He's probably going to be looking to go right up the middle. But he swings and misses at a 52-mile-an-hour slider, I would say. Casey maybe a little bit ahead of that one.
I'm telling you, man, that thing, it doesn't look much, but it's hard in the box. It looks straight, and then just takes off.
2,700 viewers hanging out on TikTok. Come on over to that. See that link on your field, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. Come on over. Check us out on Twitch. Got multiple camera angles. You can hang out in the chat, see all our faces as Osgood pops that one up to Morris. And Morris has made like 5 or 6 plays so far through the 9 outs, and it's really been the Will Morris show on the mound so far this game.
He's got 4 putouts and 3 strikeouts. He's grooving.
Yeah, so 7 out of the 9 outs he's responsible for. That's pretty good so far. It's definitely the Will Morris show, but scoreless so far, heading to the bottom of the 3rd here as Osgood's been dealing himself.
So I forgot to mention this, but this game, started by Billy Osgood is number 50 in his career.
It's a good numbers.
Only Levi Lawrence and Brandon Mayo have that many starts.
Good for him. That's a really impressive number. 50 starts. You can only start one series per year now. In the first couple seasons, you could start more one game per series. Excuse me, as I figure out how to say that sentence. So the most starts you could have in a season is 18 now going forward as we play 18 series. So for him to have accumulated 50. That just shows you that he's been a veteran of this league, and not only a veteran of the league, but a guy who, manager Brad Ogden wants to continually go to on the mound. So
yeah, you trust
good
him.
for Billy Osgood with that milestone there. 50 starts. Congratulations, Billy.
Yeah, that's awesome. And he struck out Nielsen in the second, so he's 5 Ks away from 350 career. And only 6 guys have 350, and that's Brandon Mayo, Taylor Briner, Max. It says Fernandez.
It's Alex Fernandez.
It's Alex
for sure,
Fernandez,
yeah.
Tom Gannon, James Steins, and Levi Lawrence.
That's quite the list too. That's another handful of guys that have just been around this league a long time and are just prolific pitchers in this league. Guys that everybody are household names, so to speak, in PLW Nation. As Ledet drops that one over the head of Brad Ogden at second, and once again we see a situation where maybe the lack of depth, and maybe not even maybe, but the lack of depth on the Legends defense causing them to cost themselves an out there where anybody else at second base is going to have the ability to go back and make that play.
And the Legends went to my defensive strategy with Ruesch on this one.
And here we go. They put 2 on the right side, and that's going to hit it right at Stevenson. Runs over to second, going to try to make a throw for the double play. Spikes it, didn't quite get himself set there, but they are going to get the force out. And Ryan Ruesch is retired again. We talked about that hitting streak for Ryan Ruesch, but he hasn't quite got a base knock tonight. He's reached on 2 fielders' choices on a walk, but no hits in the book so far for Ryan Ruesch.
Yeah, he's talking still, but I know he's frustrated. He's been a big part of this Cajun offense and just hasn't found it yet tonight, but still a lot of ball left.
Bo Evans ahead of that one. Osgood has him 0-2 here.
I like Bo. I talked to Bo before games and stuff. He was a real good ball player in college and high school, and just has a simple approach. He just sees ball, hit ball, he says. He doesn't think too much, doesn't really watch too much film. He just gets up there and figures it out.
Yeah, trusts his skills. That's the right idea. Played for the Lightning last year. Got moved over to the Cajuns start of this year.
Ooh, just pulled off.
But he gets way ahead of that one, and Billy Osgood records another strikeout.
4 Ks away from 350.
Yeah, that's a really, it's a good number. 350 strikeouts. It's a lot of strikeouts to have accumulated, and really PLW has not been around that long. And for him to have been as dominant as he's been in his innings is impressive.
What do you think a number is going to be? Like, when do you think Hall of Fame stuff gets start talk? What's like a number that's going to be like, in baseball, if you get 3,000 hits, you're going to Cooperstown.
That's a pretty good.
If you get 3,000 strikeouts, you're going to Cooperstown.
That's a good question.
I was curious about that.
I don't know. We don't really know what the future holds with PLW. So if you think this league is going to be around for the next 10 years, 20 years, hopefully for a long, long time, we may start to see some big numbers. We don't have anybody that's gotten to the century mark in home runs yet. Obviously, the first person to get there will be a pretty big feat for sure. Yeah, it's a good question. As Kiefer hits one hard to left center, but the wind tonight not allowing it to travel, and Casey Taraveller gets under that one. And we have a scoreless game through 3 here at the Hideaway. Both teams struggling to put multiple hits in a row. Really just gonna be tough to score, as we've seen so far tonight.
It's going to be defense and pitching tonight, and it's going to be one of those games, first team to make a mistake with either like a walk and maybe an error, or a walk and that one base hit or something. It's going to be like a classic Kershaw versus Bumgarner opening day, Dodgers-Giants, where it's 1-0.
Yeah, it'll be the first team to blink, and maybe it won't even be necessarily a big hit from the offense, but maybe it'll be like a slip up from the defense where one mistake could be costly in this game for sure.
Absolutely, and just because of I love the Legends, and I'm not saying any, I don't want to keep harping on it, because the guys who are here, they're going to find a way. They're fighting, they're battling, but if you tell me if the way it's looking, it's advantage Cajuns, in my opinion, with them having kind of their full team and Legends down a few guys.
Yeah, you would think so. Trench McCone here to lead off the third as he goes after the first pitch and gets a spinner back to Will Morris, who records yet another putout. It's been Will Morris.
Some Groundhog Day
so
stuff
far.
right now.
Yeah. Only one base runner so far for the Legends, and that was this man at the plate. Brad Ogden snuck one through the legs of Sashi Boba last time up. And he jumps off the first pitch, and there's a base hit for manager Brad Ogden through the left side, helping his squad out, turning the lineup over for the big bats, left-handed Nick Sansone.
Leading by example, Brad Ogden. He ripped the one at Sashi that it's going to be close if it was a hitter in there, but that was a clean hit.
Absolutely.
He's putting the bat on the ball. He sees Morris fine.
Sansone sees a pitch up and tries to jump on it, but swings and misses. And he's going to be behind 0-2 to Morris.
Yeah, Legends need to shrink their zone a little bit, try to get a couple base hits, get a run on the board. They were scoreless in the first game.
And that's
Oh,
55 bottom
Morris
zone.
is nasty.
Sansone thought that one was hot for sure,
I thought
as
it
a
was
lot of us
65.
did. But he's walking
Holy
back to the
moly.
dugout as that was double nickels, bottom of the zone.
Telling you, dude, this guy is a problem.
Stevenson gets a little over anxious there and chases that one outside. He goes down 0-2. A little frustrated, Jason Stevenson. See if he can battle tough here with 2 strikes. Morris tries to go hot there. 70 miles an hour up above the zone.
3,000 hits isn't quite Hall of Fame guaranteed. Palmeiro and A-Rod both.
Well, we know the reason those
Yeah,
two
come
aren't in the
on.
Hall of Fame. It's not because 3,000 hits wasn't impressive. Jason Stevenson unhappy with his performance there.
Yeah, he's
Scoreless through 3.5. Yeah, I mean, the first number,
I like the hunt. I
100
feel-
home runs is, I think right
That's
now
huge.
I think Adam Tannick's probably the favorite to get to 100 home runs, or Taylor. But Taylor's missed some time. I forget who's at the top right now. I want to say it's Adam, I
and if you-
think. And yeah, I mean, right now I think we have what you would call like a Mount Rushmore
Yeah.
of PLW, but not quite, Hall of Fame level. But of
And
course, we have 3-time reigning MVP Taylor Briner, and he's have to be considered for if you were to even create a Hall of Fame. A number of years from now, the dominance he's had in this league for the first number of seasons and really hasn't slowed down. He would have to be a first balloter in my mind.
I feel just in my short time being here, if let's say it was like 3 or 4 guys getting into the first class. For me, Tannick, right? This field isn't here without Tannick. Briner with the MVPs, GK as a contributor with the production
Sure,
and
good
what
call.
he's made this. And then to me,
Trench as well.
Trench with
Yeah, for sure.
Trench is announcing and bringing that to life those are the guys for me as the first round,
Morris gets ahead of that one. Sean, will you do me a favor down there and just close that little box so I can see this poll that's up? Click the 3 little buttons. Morris gets under that one, and this one's quite high. Osgood's calling for
Holy.
it, and he does a good job. He had his back to the plate.
Like
that
a
one was-
catcher.
like a catcher. That one was drifting, started towards that infield line. Osgood did a good job turning his back to it, let it come down, and get the first out.
There was good communication. You could hear those guys talking to each other. Osgood had it the whole way. There was no you, me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they were all over it.
That's kind of a key to success on the defense. A lot of times you see those balls drop in when there's not that communication. You want to have a guy who's out there calling for it, and taking control of the infield.
I always try to. I don't even care if it's right to me, and I know I'm the only one. I say it because that one time you don't say something, somebody comes barreling into you. Oh,
Ledet smokes one to deep left center, but Taravella right there. Didn't really have to move too much. Dropped back a step or two and corrals that one in.
man, there's been a lot of hard hit balls that just Monday through Thursday are dingers.
Yeah, you ain't
And-
kidding.
And this
Just
is
shows you the conditions are such a factor in this game that we play here. As Ruesch goes down, goes down 0-2, swinging at the first pitch.
my guy Ruesch is going to get it going here. I have a feeling.
And he waits on
my
that
feeling
one.
must
But
be
swings and misses.
upset stomach or something.
Scoreless through 4 here in game number 2. Legends still looking for their first run of the night. They got their
Osgood,
first hit of the game last inning.
3 away. I'm on the 350 tracker. I think that's a huge number. That's pretty cool.
It is a
man.
big number. It's really an impressive performance.
It's you come in and mow guys down. At 50 starts, 3,500, right? Or 357 strikeouts a game, right? Per start.
Yeah,
basically.
per start. He's probably got a good amount of other relief appearances. But yeah, he comes in and mows guys down no matter what the situation is, and that's why he's been a staple of the Legends rotation since their birth, when they were the Tomahawks initially in season 1.
I'm appreciating it even more because you guys have given me tons of opportunities to pitch. It's hard to throw strikes, and to get 350 strikeouts, you have figured out the ball. You're someone that can be counted on. You're a horse,
Right.
And that's there's nothing to sneeze at about 350 strikeouts. It's unbelievable.
5,000 viewers on TikTok hanging out with us right now. Guys, come on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. You can see the full broadcast, 3 camera angles, interact in the chat. You can earn some Wiffle points. You can see Casey Taravella hit that ball up the middle, but you're only getting 1 camera angle on TikTok. Come on over to Twitch and hang out with us and check out the full show.
Yeah, TikTok, I'm telling you, you guys come over here, you're not going anywhere else after that. You're going to love it on the Twitch.
Osgood stares at that one in on the outer half, 54. Morris gets ahead, looking for a ground ball here.
I sounded like an old person calling it the Twitch.
Yeah.
It's just Twitch. It's just Twitch, right? Come on, Cody.
That's a good job.
Come on, Cody.
Is that on the Twitch?
Is that on the Facebook or the MySpace? God, I'm embarrassed.
Osgood gets under this one. Boba calls for it. He's going to secure the first out.
My man Sashi calling it. Nobody needed. He had his arms out, told everybody, I got this. These guys are locked in on defense. They know they cannot give anything cheap.
Here we go. Trench Pacone sitting at 98 career RBI. With a big swing, he could maybe get to that 100 milestone. But man, the ball is having a hard time leaving the yard tonight.
Yeah, it's one of those. You got to focus on your approach, having a plan, and look to really just. It's not home run night. It's base hits. It's driving the ball with good mechanics, good approach at the plate. It's not just dip and go. You need to put the ball hard on the ground.
100%. Jonathan saying, just came from TikTok. This is way better. Thanks for coming over, Jonathan. Appreciate all y'all. 1 and 2 to Pacone. He's going to roll one over. Back to Morris. Struggles with it. Flips it to Bo Evans at second. They're going to get the lead runner there. Morris was probably trying to rush that one a little too much. He had double play in mind and didn't secure the ground ball first, but he does do a good job of getting the lead runner, and that's going to bring up manager Brad Ogden. Base hit last time, looking to do some more of the same thing here.
Yeah, he maybe rushed a little bit, but, he makes sure of one out. You got to just get, again, we were talking about don't give anything cheap. Allowing a bad throw or rushing it and throwing it away, that would have been bad.
Ooh, and Morris grabs top pipe there at 54. Ogden taking a little more patient approach here with 2 outs and a runner on, really trying to get himself on, push this lineup back to the top.
He's seen Morris good in his first 2 at-bats, so right now, runner on first, I need Brad looking to drive something. Right up the middle, right at Tarantino's is the spot to go.
Jonathan asking, where is this located? We are located in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, here at Hideaway Field. Welcome, Premier League Wiffle. As Brad Ogden goes down swinging at a 2-2 pitch inside. And Will Morris doing a great job getting the start here in game number 2. Scoreless through 4.5. Morris done his job, giving his team a chance to win this one. But no runs from either side yet, as these breeze blowing slightly in has made it very, very difficult for anybody to put a run on the board tonight.
Oh, my God, it's cold. J-Rock's putting on sweats. That guy wears shorts in the snow.
Wow, that's a sight to be seen. He's putting on sweats, thinking,
what is going on?
My legs are chilly? It is 60-something degrees, right?
You know what? Couldn't get him over the shoes. I think he's
he bailed on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Osgood, sorry.
We've been talking about Will Morris, kind of been the story so far this game, but Billy Osgood himself has been doing work. He's only allowed a single and 1 walk himself.
Oh, man.
I mean, this is really a pitcher's duel if we've ever seen one here in PLW. It's not too often where we have 2 pitchers go at least 4 innings and not allow a run. I mean, great game we have here. Yes, we love those 10-8, 12-11, battles with the bombs and whatnot, but it's good to see these hard-fought, low-scoring games as well. Both sides of 2 different styles of wiffle here at PLW.
Kyle, I'm sorry. You lost me there for a minute. Is my boy Chad Sparkles Phillips eating Sour cream and onion ruffles on a date?
You don't like that style? I don't like that style either.
You better have a plethora of Altoids on deck. I mean, you can't be going with sour cream and onion,
Yeah,
Brad.
that's your hour.
Holy moly.
Brings up Casey Nielsen here. Didn't
What
get
is
any
he-
at-bats in game one.
It's a rookie move. Unbelievable. Needs to come to the Skull of Sea run on the first date. Give him a tip or two. And sour cream and onion ruffles is not it.
Nielsen gets ahead 2-1 here. He's going to look to jump on this pitch and maybe try to slap it the other way. Ooh, he takes in the zone, though. 53. It's going to be 2-2.
I like Nielsen, man. He's got sneaky pop, dude. And he's a golfer, a good golfer. Doesn't get too flustered. He's calm under pressure, puts always tough at bats, and like he's not going to get cheated when he's up there ever.
Good call. Full count here. Osgood with one walk. And Nielsen tips that one into the zone. That's going to be one, as we say, where if he does that again, the catcher will hang on to that one, and that will be a strikeout. Osgood with another 3-2 pitch here to Nielsen. Casey swings and hits that one up the middle.
I love that
over
guy.
to Nick Sansone in right center field. Nielsen with a one-out single. Brings up power hitting Kiefer McClendon, looking to rip a ball to the wall to possibly give the Cajuns a lead here.
I'm calling a big knock by Kiefer. He gave me a wink before he got in the box. I think he's feeling something right
And
now.
that's the typical Osgood slider in there for the first strike. 0-2 now to McClendon. Osgood with all his options. Does a bit of a Ledet-esque slide step there. Misses wide.
I'm loving this pitcher's duel, dude. This is like good stuff right here. I know as a baseball purist, I love a pitcher's duel. I go to a Dodger Stadium or something, and you get a duel. Oh my, nothing better.
2-2 to McClendon. Oh my God. He's going to get under that. It's going to be Trench's ball at shortstop.
all over it.
Secures that for the second out.
All right, this is
Can I make
time.
a little bit of a prediction right now?
Yeah.
I
Give
think
it
we're
to me.
going at least 8 innings. I just don't see these guys making mistakes on defense. I don't think we're going to have multiple hits in a row. I don't see a ball leaving the yard. I think this is going to be nothing going to
what?
the 8th at least.
I'm going to go the complete opposite way. Morris is going yard right now to help himself.
That
and
is
he's gonna
a
finish the game.
bold prediction after the way he... All right, he jumped on. That was a long strike. We saw him.
400 feet long strike. Holy moly, he ripped that. He was trying. Oh my God, sorry. I might have.
Osgood's got to come with the off-speed pitch here after seeing Morris so far ahead
Yeah,
there.
that was a good
He
pitch.
goes away 57. Maybe now he sets up for his Osgood breaking ball.
And he can't pitch around. You know what? Maybe they're going Morris in the 6th hole because you can't pitch around him. Ledet's next.
It's true. Big Clam asking what's the series right now. It's 1-0 Cajuns. Cajuns won the first game 3-0. Nothing here. Bottom 5. Will Morris up at the bat. Sees a full count from Billy Osgood. Billy Osgood with one walk in this game so far. Walked Nielsen in the 3rd.
Loman, it's coming right now. Morris is dialed in right now.
Morris rips one to Trench at first. Flips it over to Brad Ogden.
Nice
He's just
play.
going to hold on to that for the 3rd out. And we are scoreless through 5. Going to the top of the 6th. Pitchers duel we have here at the Hideaway. Great wiffle being played both sides. Solid defense. Great pitching. I love seeing the different results this week. We
Yeah.
had a ton of runs this week. Crazy amount of runs early on in the week. We had a 7 home run series, a 17 RBI series, whole bunch of home runs in every other series, and it's good to see this one being hard fought, low scoring, different style of wiffle.
This is awesome. This is a good change, and it's not sloppy. There's good plays being made. There's no, you know what I mean. Not a ton. These pitchers are just going. And if it goes your prediction, 8 or 9 innings, these guys might just be done with their innings after this game.
It's
'cause
true.
You can't take either of them out.
It's true. There is this one rule that has yet to come up in the PLW. We have a limitation of 9 innings per series for a pitcher.
Right.
But if the pitcher started the game with 0 innings and it gets to 9 for some reason, if this was to go to the 10th inning, they can just keep going.
Right. I want to. That'd be cool.
That'd
to
be
see.
cool, yeah.
Let's get one of those. That'd be real cool.
Sansone takes a ball away, and Morris misses inside
Looking
there.
at my book, yeah,
Morris
is
with no walks.
no walks.
He's only given up 2
hits,
singles.
yeah.
Yeah.
7 Ks or 6 Ks or something. Wow.
I got him at 5 Ks.
Oh. 5. I got him at 6.
Oh, I think I missed Brad.
There we go.
There we go. I like this duel doing the book.
Yeah.
Stay on top of each other.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks in that one.
Top 6, 0-0-2-2, Sansone, Morris. This is good stuff. Oh,
And Sansone rips that one. McLennan gets a hand on it, but it's going to get to right field. Bo Evans wouldn't have really had a chance on that if he did run it down before Casey touched it. But we have a leadoff runner here by Nick Sansone. Jason J-Rock Stevenson.
One of the most feared hitters in the league right now, J-Rock.
Towards the top of the league in OPS, a guy that hits the ball hard every time he makes contact. Was just a little late on that one. 53 from Morris, gets ahead 0-2.
And now it's the 4th time through. So, we'll see how nasty Will really is. If he goes through these guys, 4th time around, that's impressive.
Normally you think the more times you have seeing a guy, you start to notice his tendencies and you start to sit on certain pitches. But he's just dealt so far.
Yeah.
Stevenson fouls that one off into the zone as well.
J-Rock shaking his head. I think he's either not seeing it or frustrated that he's missing it. But I'm telling you, Morris's stuff is deceptive.
Fouls that one down. Naps Jr., new to the league, and I am loving it. Appreciate you, Naps. Thanks for hanging out with us here Friday night. 440 viewers here on Twitch. 3,100 over on TikTok. It's going to be a ground ball back to Morris. Flips it to Bo Evans at second. Chance for a double play. Fires it in, but it's low and left. They're going to get the lead runner there. But runner on first, 1 out for Casey Taravella now.
It's funny. I'm looking at the book. I'm like, okay, who's hit him? And I'm remembering Casey ripped a foul ball hard.
Sure.
It's like I'm trying to find where's the hit coming, but he did get a single his last at bat.
Takes that one away. There's Jim Dodos gifting a sub to Naps Jr. Appreciate you, Jim Dodos.
Dodos?
Now Naps won't have to watch any of those pesky ads.
Dodos is my favorite player.
Of course. How can he not be?
Intense, gamer, feared at the plate, gives you everything he's got out there, and he's my favorite.
Nielsen takes that one away. 2-2 now. Man, this is just one of those nerve-wracking games. Who is going to get either the big hit or where is the mistake going to come from?
I'm loving this.
We're just waiting to see it. That one goes high. Nielsen's got a walk to work with, but he doesn't want to have another runner reach. Full count here to Taravella.
This is big.
Casey takes 55 double nickels into the zone, and Morris with a backward K for the second out here in the second. In the sixth, excuse me.
Morris is going to... I know I'm hyping him up, but I love... The guy's got a great attitude. He's a specimen. He's going to win a Cy Young.
There's a reason he was the number 2 overall draft pick in this past season's draft. As Osgood rips one foul over towards third base umpire Chris Warfield. Chris did a good job dodging it. Kirby safely in his garage under that chair. I guess we need a better garage for Kirby.
How old is Warfield? Is he drinking apple juice over there?
He's 25, I think.
God.
0-2 to Osgood, who jumps on that one and tries to take Warfield out again. Chris, unfazed by either of those foul balls, does move a little over.
Warfield. Guy's a character.
Sosa asks, why do we start with a strike? It's just to kind of move the game along a little bit. It just makes for a better league. If we didn't start with a strike, I think there'd be a lot more walks in this league.
Yeah, the strike's cool, I think. It just speeds the game up, too.
Yeah, it forces action, really.
Yeah, there's no,
And Osgood rips one to left, but that's going to get down in front of Ryan Ruesch. And we have first and second, 2 outs. That brings up Trench Pacone. Kind of an interesting spot here. Trench Pacone 0 for the night. I mean, small chance you could maybe walk Trench here and just face Brad, but... I think you kind of just be careful with Trench here, and
he's grounded out to Morris all 3 at bats. I think I'm going at him because Brad's hit him good.
And Trench deep to left. At the wall, grabs it. I thought that was it, but it didn't quite get there. Any other night, that is a 3-run Johnson over the container, but not tonight. Wow!
What a game. Trench hit that 102, and that fence is 103.
You're right. That Ryan Ruesch was right against the wall. He did a little bit of a leap up. Trench knows he just missed that. As we said, sitting on 98 career RBI, that would have been 101 for Trench. Man, I thought we had it there. That was the one that was going to break this game open. But no, Ryan Ruesch, right spot, right time, makes a great play out in left field, and we play on. Billy Osgood.
That's a tough play that Ruesch made look pretty easy. He's solid out there, dude. That was just a great way to go right at the hitter. Great hit, great play defensively. This is a perfect game. I love this game.
Fantastic game. 522 viewers watching this scoreless pitchers battle here
Sparkles
over on
going down again.
Twitch. 3,600 of you watching on TikTok. Come on over to twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle and check out the full broadcast as Andrew Ledet stares at double nickels from Billy Osgood. And Osgood gets ahead 0-2.
Ledet 1 for 3 so far in this game. Down 0-2. Ooh.
That one, Wynn got that Osgood slider a little bit. Somebody asked, what's better, baseball or wiffle ball? Look, we all love baseball, but we're here playing wiffle ball on Friday night for a reason. As Ledet gets under this one, foul territory. Trench is there.
Nice.
Does a good job, knocked over the pylon with his feet. Good job to have that not phase him and secure the first out. As you see here in the replay, Trench moves over, trips over that pylon, but concentrates, secures that ball for the first out. Great guy to get out for the first out. And Ryan Ruesch here, breakout for the night. Come up with a big hit after making that big play in left field. We'll see. Falls behind.
He's due, Loman.
Falls behind 0-2, though. Maybe not quite a Ryan Ruesch-esque night up at the plate. He fouls this one off. It's going to spin fair. Osgood picks it up. Wow, that ball was dead foul. Had so much spin on it. Osgood did a great job of hustling over to make sure he could pick it up in fair territory. Wow, look at this. Look at the masse on that ball.
That's the second one he's had like that. If you're a Cajun, you got to make a play, get a foot out there and hit that.
No, don't promote that. None of that.
I'd do anything for my boy Ruesch. I got to get my guy Ruesch going, you know? Do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, but that just kind of shows the only way you get a ball with that much spin is you pretty much have to get it off the very end of the bat, which means he was out ahead of that pitch as well. Still, Ryan Ruesch, a little bit off tonight. Bo Evans gets under this one. Manager Brad Ogden ranges back off his hands. That's going to fall into right field. And maybe this is the spot. That's a small opening here.
Casey Nielsen with the base hit last time. The Wiffle gods are awake with that air with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Nielsen, like I said, is scrappy. Puts together good at bats. He's got a little pop. I could see him ripping one up the middle right now.
And if Nielsen gets on base here and he doesn't quite end it, you have powerful Kiefer McClendon behind him. And Osgood with the Osgood on the inside pipe, 50 miles an hour, gets ahead 0-2. What inning will this end? Poll says 6, 7, 8, or 9 plus. I've already said at least 8. I'm voting for 9 plus here.
Oh, boy.
Looks like all the fans are also choosing 9 plus.
Let's get 9.
1-2 to Nielsen here.
And you know what's the best
inside, 2-2. Osgood does have a walk as he walked this very batter back in the 3rd inning.
If it does go 9, we still got another game after.
That's right. That's down. Full count to Nielsen. Wow. Osgood has to come after him. For if he walks him here, he'll have to become out of this game.
He walked Nielsen earlier too.
And Nielsen gets under that one up the middle. Sansone does a good job getting in front of it, keeping that ball in front of the wall. I believe that's right side.
Right
Gonna move Bo Evans from 1st to 3rd.
Nielsen, the X factor this game. 2 for 3 with the walk.
That's a big difference between right side and left side there. If it's 1st and 2nd, you got to play at any base. Now it's 1st and 3rd. Look, you never know. Even a dirty single scores a run here. Big difference.
Wow. Yeah, you got Kiefer with a chance to walk it off for the Cajuns.
1-1 to McClendon. He fouls one back into the zone.
Just need a single big guy. We don't need 3. He went for 3.
Evan Shields saying any hit wins and a home run covers.
Oh, boy, that would be lovely.
To J-Rock at 3rd. He goes to 2nd the easy way, and Ogden secures it, and we are scoreless going to the 7th. What a battle here. 2 pitchers, Will Morris, Billy Osgood, 6 innings of shutout wiffle.
This is
and
great.
We play on.
We play on. It's going 8 or 9.
Yeah, I called it 8 2 innings ago. Look, I just don't see a big hit coming, like the big home run coming. It's going to have to take a mistake from one of these defenses and then a big timely either single or double to really win this one. I don't think we're going to see a walk-off home run or a 2 or 3 run, a 2 or 3 inning here from from the Legends. I just think one is going to be enough to get this one done. It's just how they get that one. You know, maybe a double and then a single. You know, it's going to have to be 2 small hits in order to get this done, I think.
Well, I mean, even nice catch, Kyle. Even Nielsen, I kind of said he has the pop. He hit that ball hard up the middle, and Sansone kind of casually stopped it from being a double. I mean, it's definitely got to string something together, get somebody on, maybe a leadoff hit, a leadoff walk, and get it going, so you can move them along with the singles. You know,
Ogden rips one to Boba.
All over it.
Comes up with the throw. Almost shorts it, but it does hit the zone. We don't have a clock on the main screen, but the umpires, both Warfield and Petrick, say, look, that was in plenty of time. 8.7 wasn't the right number. You know, I talked about earlier that I would stop scoring once they batted around. My score sheet here only has 6 innings.
Hey, big guy, I got 9. I brought a book from home.
I'm going to have to go into a different column here. Ogden with the ground out there.
I got us if you can't continue in this one.
Brings up Sansone. Nobody on, 1 out. Hard hit ball through the right side. That's going to be a 1-out base hit by Sansone. Bringing up Jason Stevenson, number 2 all-time in doubles in PLW history. He needed 2 tonight to get to 50 in his career.
Yep.
Only Adam Tanek has 50-plus doubles in PLW history. Jason Stevenson's sitting on 48. Would love to hit number 49
this
right
is the
now.
5th time through the order. And there was a little more action on the 4th time through. We might get it might not get through 5 times through the order the way it's looking. Ooh.
J-Rock chases that one up and out of the zone. Morris gets ahead 1-2.
Morris just not backing down, just going right at these guys.
TikTok, I see you asking where the heck is this? This is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Come on over to Twitch, hang out with us, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. 570 viewers hanging out with us, seeing this scoreless game here in the 7th inning, 1st inning of extra innings. Dodo saying he's legit scared of J-Rock.
Yeah, same
J-Rock is a man's man. Full count here to him. Morris wants to go right after him here. And he misses down and away. That's Morris's first walk, though. But we have a runner in scoring position and 1 out for Taravella.
Scariest guys in the league. J-Rock, Dodos,
Tanek. Phillips. Taravella swings and misses. That one goes off the top of the zone and into the booth here.
Got me.
Got you, got me, got both of us. 0-2, though. Morris got his whole arsenal of pitches. Looking for a strikeout here. Taravella gets under this one. Who's going to call it? Evans calls it off his hands. No! To second. Not in time. Everybody's safe.
Oh, my goodness.
That might be it. That was, we said, it's not going to take a big hit. It's going to take a defensive mistake. And we just saw it there on what looked like a routine pop-up to second base. It goes off the hands of Evans, and now it's bases loaded for Osgood and Pacone to follow.
Wow. I'm stunned.
Check swing there by Osgood. Now we'll see if the Cajuns have the understanding of the rules to know that on a ground ball, if they go center panel backstop or the strike zone, it's a force out at home. Morris makes a great play off the mound, shows his athleticism, hustles to that foul ball, and takes advantage and secures the second out. Osgood disappointed himself there, but we are going to have Trench Pacone with the bases loaded, the career leader in Grand Slams in PLW at the plate. You didn't realize that?
I did not know that.
He had 5 season 2 when he was launching them. 5 Grand Slams season 2. Trench Pacone,
just
career leader.
Bases loaded.
What do we think, guys? 1 in the chat for a Trench hit, 2 for a non-hit.
Now, if he gets the single,
607
does he get
viewers.
the 2 RBIs or does the 1 run in the game because it's a walk-off?
First of all, we're in the top of the 7th,
They're
but the
away.
answer would be 2 either way. The answer would be both, yes.
So this is for 150 RBIs or 100 career RBIs.
And he gets ahead 2-1. Morris cannot afford a walk here, as that will walk in the go-ahead run.
This is the payoff.
1 for a hit,
Big
2 for an
pitch right
out,
here.
3 for a grand slam. Trench stares at a strike. He was forcing Morris to throw one, and he got one there, 2-2.
He's got to refocus here now. Yeah, I think he was taken until he got a strike. That's what it looked like.
Pilot Rubing asking, why is nobody on the bases? I think he's mistaken, as there are 3 legends
There are
on the
3
bases. They are
ducks on the
fully
pond.
loaded. 2-2 to Pacone. Swings and misses, and Morris gets out of it. And we go to the bottom of the 7th in a scoreless game here at the Hideaway. Amazing performances on the mound by both Will Morris and Billy Osgood here.
This is just great pitching performance. This is awesome. These guys are just going at it, getting out of any kind of jam. And now, how many times do you see it?
I don't know what we have for the longest scoreless game. I think we might have had 1-0 7-inning game, but I think if this one goes past 7, there's definitely never been an 8-inning 1-0 scoreless game into the 8th. I don't think it's happened yet. Not necessarily 1-0 final, but I don't think we've had a scoreless game going into the 8th. I'm not really sure about that.
Kirby, just park it, bud. These pitchers aren't Gilman out of this game anytime soon. He's driving across the field trying to get some TV time.
Yeah, Pilot Ruby, they were out there. Trust me. We don't really have quite base runners in this game. In this league, we kind of use them as placeholders. The only time you do base running in this league is when there's a runner on third and less than 2 outs. You can tag up from third as Morris looking to win the game for him there with one big swing, but swings and misses. And Osgood gets ahead 0-2. The powerful Morris tries to go hot there. Spikes it, though. 59.
Billy saying he didn't know he can throw that hard.
I think he's selling himself short a little bit there. He's got some skills.
I heard his name around the softball field, too. He's a good player.
And Morris deep to center. Goodness. See you later. The game of Will Morris. 7 innings of shutout WIFFLE and an absolute tank job to center field.
Oh, wow.
What a game
Morris.
by Will Morris.
Dude, I was an inning off on calling that.
Wow.
Whoa, he crushed that.
What a bomb that was. He hit one high early in the game, deep to right, that we thought was the one. But that one there was an absolute smoke job to deep center field. A no-doubter over the scoreboard. 1-0 Cajuns win. Will Morris walk-off.
Legendary performance. Wow.
What a game we just called here, Cody.
Wow.
What a game. 0-0 going to the bottom of the 7th. Will Morris gets his 5th opportunity to help himself out at the plate, and he finally got a pitch he loved and absolutely crushed
that
it
had
to
to
dead
have gone
center.
170 feet.
That ball
was
was
hammered,
murdered.
and it was rising out over the palm trees. Goodness gracious.
Amazing home run by Will Morris there, and the Cajuns went nuts. What a game we all just witnessed here at the Hideaway. Stick around for game number 3, coming right up.
That was unbelievable.
What a series so far. What a game we just witnessed. A 1-0 Cajuns victory on the back of Will Morris. 7 innings of shutout WIFFLE, including a walk-off tank job to dead center field. A mammoth shot. Wow.
Will Morris, 7 innings, shutout ball, walk-off homer. That's like Little League stuff where you're just the guy and you just win it yourself.
Just takes over there. Just an absolutely impressive job. Good for Will Morris. Good for the Cajuns. And just to show, look, as we thought maybe this week, the guy who maybe took the lead in Rookie of the Year showed up, and but Will Morris reminding us that he's here to possibly. He's looking for that award as well.
Oh, yeah. I keep, people keep saying stuff to me. I'm like, dude, there's a lot of season left.
Yeah.
And if Will Morris puts on performances like that,
what a performance.
My name ain't going on any
right.
trophy with stuff like that. That is legendary. A veteran guy does that. That's a big deal in this league.
Yeah.
He's a rookie and just won that game.
Yeah, to be able to be so new to this league, to only have a handful of games really under your belt, and to go out there and put a performance like that, both on the mound and defensively on the mound. He made so many putouts himself, and to be the guy to have to come up with the big hit in the extra inning to win the game for his team.
Yeah,
Man,
my favorite part
Morris.
of it, he made me look right. He said 1 run would be enough, and he's going the whole game, and he did both.
You nailed it.
That was my guy right there. He made me look good for
You
once.
nailed it. And we're going to see Will Morris, number 2 draft pick, and we're going to see Kiefer McClendon, number 3 draft pick this year, getting the start in game number 3. Can he do what Will Morris just did? All right, well, that's a lot to ask, but
geez.
I expect some good things here out of Kiefer McClendon.
You know how Morris kind of comes right at you? Oh, yeah, how Morris comes right at you. Kiefer has a little more of junk. He throws like a knuckleball. He's got the screwball. He kind of messes with the ball more, moves it around, and where Will just pound slider, maybe a little screw, fastball here. Kiefer's a little more finesse, but has great stuff as well. Really deceptive. It's all, all 6'4", arms and legs coming at you. Tough to hit. Oh, there's my manager again. Getting his steps in, going up and down that ladder all night. What? I mean, it's 8 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock at night. We're still wearing sunglasses out there? That's odd. It's like courtside Laker seat moves. All right, here we go. Game 1 here. McClendon on the mound, Sansone at the plate. Nice little screwball there from Kiefer at 48 for strike 1 to Sansone. Strike 2. Sansone really started hitting the ball hard there in the last few at-bats. I was telling Kyle before the game, Sansone hits maybe some of the most hardest, violent balls that are just outs because he hits it right at people. Guys should probably have like 10 or 12 more hits. 1-2, Sansone. Lohman left me in the booth here. I'm getting a little Vince Scully action just on my own here. Fouled off by Sansone, 1-2. Ooh, submarine slider there by Kiefer. Just missed. Good take by Sansone, 2-2. Fouled off again by Sansone. Sansone looks locked in now. He's not giving any cheap at-bats away. Fouling off again. It's his 3rd foul off.
Sansone's still kind of recovering from that off-season hip surgery that he had. I mean, he was such a dominant force in Season 2 and had to have surgery late in Season 3. He doesn't quite have the perfect timing that he had Seasons 1 and 2 back yet. Yeah. Very close, though.
Yeah, those last few at-bats, he hit the ball really hard. I was saying while you were out, and he's starting to figure it out. That's just a tough pitch right there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, just stares at strike 3 into the zone, painted by Kiefer McClendon.
Man, rookies, starting pitchers. Oh, there's my mom in the chat.
Oh.
Great week, 4-year anniversary. Yeah, it was the 4-year anniversary Monday. I donated my kidney to my dad.
Oh, wow.
My dad's doing good now.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. That was the neat moment me and him sharing, I think he got my good kidney.
500 viewers hanging out with us here on Twitch, Friday Night Wiffle.
Oh, thanks, Dodos. I wasn't nervous until you said that. 500 people watching C-Run, no pressure. Thanks, Jim. Scaring me even when you're not here.
Stevenson check swings there, and it's going to be full count here against McClendon. Kiefer kicks and deals. And Stevenson chases ball 4 away, goes down swinging.
The Cajun rookies it's their coming out party tonight. They're setting the tone.
Yeah, the Cajuns are showing they are definitely legit. They have a great manager, Andrew Ledet, good leader. Fantastic GM has put together this team, and they are here to play.
They're such a cool group of dudes. They all just bag on each other, kid each other around. They're just just the fun. You can tell they're all friends and hang out outside the field, and they got a great clubhouse.
Taravellis there's 55, bottom half of the pan. Lays off that one away, though, 2-2. Clendon looking to strike out the side here. It's got the first 2 guys swinging, Sansone and Stevenson. Actually got Sansone looking.
Is Kiefer's shoes legal? Those things are popping. Look at them glowing.
They do have a little bit of shine on the back of them.
Lights on them?
Full count again here, Stevenson. To Taravella. And he takes inside, and that's going to be ball 4.
That's with, I was looking before. Kiefer's only been here for 12 games. So he's really, compared to some, like I've played 30-something. It's a lot. That's a lot he's missed.
Yeah, we play 5 nights a week here at PLW, and the majority of the Cajuns games are on Friday nights, but they have had to play some games on other nights of the week, and he wasn't quite able to make it on those nights. So he's played all their Friday games.
Yeah.
So he'll be able to play a bunch down the stretch here as they have mostly Fridays going forward. If he gets settled in, man, this team is deep.
Yeah, for my buddies at home watching, Kiefer on the mound is a doppelganger of one of our buddies, Ryan Connolly. They could be twin brothers that are the same looking dudes.
Oh, it's good stares at that one, 58, and that's going to be ball 4. And after striking out the first 2 guys of the game, McClendon then loses it on the next 2. Yeah, and Taravel and Osgood back-to-back walks, and we're going to go to Ryan Ruesch.
Feel your pain there, Kiefer.
Ryan started game 1, walked out in the first inning, and then didn't see the mound last game, of course, as Will Morris put on an absolute gem.
I see now the wind is virtually, the trees aren't even moving anymore. I expect Ryan to kind of look more like Ryan Ruesch.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe just a tiny, tiny bit of breeze, but that shouldn't affect pitching at all here.
No. And Ryan, I'm wondering, kind of his MO, he kind of isn't afraid to fall behind in the count. He kind of gives you junk in the beginning, and then he's real confident coming back. But with him walking out in the first game like he did, maybe if I'm Trench, 2 runners on, I'm looking to just knock something out maybe not out of the park, but really drive one because he's going to want to throw strikes.
You're right. You would think that he's going to try to come right after Trench here, as he does not. Just as Kiefer walks the first, walks 2 guys in a row and is out in the first inning, Ryan, he's like, look, I got to pitch some innings here, so I'm going to have to come right after Trench here.
Yeah,
I think you're spot on. We had a spread of 1.5 here in this first.
I like that.
In this game 3, Cajuns minus 1.5.
I like that a lot. That's a good one. Yeah. That's going to be fun at the end.
I think we're closed, but yeah, it should be. It's a good line. Probably maybe what the line should have been last game.
Sunglasses at night. I am baffled by that.
Corey Hart.
Yeah, come on.
Usually that's Trench making the 80s references up here, but I got one tonight.
I'm right there with you. I know. I was singing that song today.
1,300 viewers hanging out with us on TikTok. Man, TikTok goes up and down like crazy.
Yeah.
If you're watching only on TikTok, come on over to that link you see on the field, twitch.tv/PremierWiffle. You see the full broadcast. You can hang out in the chat. Oh, it does look like the bets are still open. Cajuns minus 1.5, Legends plus 1.5. We could probably keep it open for this whole first inning here, unless Trench does some damage here.
What do you like?
Man, it's again, tough. Runs are tough to come by. Gotta like the Legends plus 1.5. I gave out plus 2.5 last game, and they did not get the W, but that did cover. Good teams win, great teams cover.
I like Cajuns covering.
You like Cajuns covering, so you're calling Cajuns sweep and Cajuns covering.
Kyle, the Legends haven't scored a run.
Yeah, they have not scored a run in 12 innings, and Trench swings and misses and goes down there, and the Legends haven't scored a run in 13 innings so far tonight. And you are spot on. Maybe Cajuns minus 1.5 is the right price. You're going to see a lot of Trench Pacone in this game.
We went extra.
We went extras. 14 innings. Good call. As we see Chad Sparkles Phillips, and Anthony Michael, a couple members of the Lightning, hanging out here. We were talking today in our team chat. We're going to have a little Monday night hangout up on the container.
Oh, is that official?
Yeah, it's official. We're going to have a whole Lightning squad up there on Monday night hanging out. Who plays? Sand Vipers Ones Monday. Good one to watch.
Oh, that's great. That's going to be a real good one to be up there on the container.
For sure. Back the last 2 champions of PLW. The Ones won in Season 2. The Sand Vipers won last season in Season 3. And of course, the Snappers won in Season 1. And there's one of our umpires, Staple. Actually, he's a guy with a championship. DHJ.
Harley.
You and I up in the booth.
Hey.
Saying hello to Tom Gannon up in the Sky Cam.
Tommy.
Yeah. Trench Pacone taking them out. Another member of that Sand Vipers.
One last thing about that next series. Is Tanik back?
Is Tanik back? I think he is back for sure. He went on another little bit of hiatus this week, but he has returned. He said he was a little bit under the weather today, planning on not leaving the bed today and tomorrow and Sunday in order to rest up and be ready for that one series, because that is a big series Monday. 2 teams that are very likely going to be in the playoffs and fighting for this year's championship. Tanik will be there and ready.
What will Ryan Chin do after that last performance?
Tough to top that one. if he has half a good a night, he might win Player of the Week again.
Yeah.
He's likely going to be the runaway Player of the Week this week. Hard to not think that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, geez, there were some great nights, and they don't even come close to what he did. That was godly.
Agreed.
Oh.
And Picone goes with the 37-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Ledet's eyes lit up seeing that beach ball, but swung and missed.
Holy moly. No smile at a trench. He is focused. I thought he was
I think that they dropped the first 2 games tonight, and I think he's more,
Gotta get it done.
Game mode. Like he's got to be. I got to go out there and spin a gem as well and give us a chance to get a W tonight.
There's a smile. He's back.
Yeah. It's easier to have a little fun when you've won a couple of games out there.
Absolutely.
Ledet rolls one to J-Rock at short. Does a good job stepping into that throw for the first out. Brings up Ryan Ruesch, hitless so far tonight. Came into tonight.
Hey, I've been wearing headbands for you, rooting you on, buddy. Come on, get a hit.
Yeah, he came into tonight leading the league with an 18-game hitting streak. We saw that go up in flames as he failed to get a hit in Game 1.
I said it would go 21.
And Trench
there he is.
Floats that one in.
Oh, is he okay?
It fooled Ledet, but it didn't fool Ryan Ruesch. And he hits an opposite field double that does get by Nick Sansone in right field.
God, Sansone got bent up on that fence a little bit.
Ryan Ruesch doing a jumping jack at second base saying, I got a hit. Good for him. He's happy to be on second, says no chance for a double play. I believe that's the first double we've seen tonight. I don't think anybody else has hit a double. We've seen a couple of triples and a couple of home runs, but no doubles tonight. First double of the night.
Sansone checking his arm out there. He got bent up on that fence.
Yeah, a little bit awkward out there. No, ooh, the vegan vaporizer comes in a little too hot. And Bo Evans is lucky to be alive at 56. Throw that 56 emote up in the chat every time you see that back-breaking 56-mile-an-hour
What
pitch.
a take. There's no way I'm taking that. Ooh, I like that pitch. Kind of went with the straight one after that. The vape. What do you call it? The vegan vaporizer.
Yeah, I tried to coin it. I think Trench was a little hesitant at first, but I think it's stuck at this point.
Yeah.
Is it just vaporizes people, and there it is.
God.
The vegan vaporizer
46.
gets Bo Evans down swinging. Yeah, I mean,
I couldn't
how
throw
else do you
that slow
describe?
left-handed.
How else do you describe what just happened to Bo Evans there besides vaporized?
Yeah, that was just pulling the string on a pitch right there. It felt like it was in the air for an hour. I'm getting attacked by a bug. Get out of here. Casey Nielsen.
I see you guys dropping the, it's
Oh,
53,
my God.
bottom right pipe. I see you guys dropping those Cajuns emotes in the chat. Who's going to win this one? Drop those Cajuns emotes for Cajuns and drop the Legends ones for the Legends. Who's going to win this Game 3 here? Friday night, last game of the week.
I know Nielsen hit good, but this would have been a good Devlin Daniel matchup with the slower pitches. I can see him riding one out of here.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's,
Maybe a pinch hit later on.
Yeah, that slightly longer swim. AK the ones asking who won Game 2. My God, you missed one of the best games of the year. Casey Nielsen flies one to Nick Sansone in right for the third out. We had nothing going to the 7th inning, Couts. Then
And not boring.
not boring at all. Nothing. Will Morris goes out there, top 7, shuts the Legends down, and then bottom 7, Will Morris comes up with 1 out and nobody on and hits a monstrous home run to dead center to win the game 1-0 for the Cajuns. Complete game, 7-inning complete game for Will Morris. He only gave up 3 hits maybe and gets the solo shot to get it done. Cajuns won the first game 3-0 too. Legends haven't scored a run here through now 15 innings tonight. What do they have to do in order to get to scratch a run across here?
I think, like I said, Ruesch kind of gets behind early in counts. You need to pick your spots and really look to drive something and not just think, I'm going to hit it hard. Like, look to get the ball on the ground, up the middle. I love middle away approach. Things aren't going right for me. I struggle. I'm always thinking, don't try to pull, keep my shoulder in, middle away, and try to just get a hit, a base hit, and then just put the ball in play. No strikeouts. They got to get something going.
Yeah, when you try to do too much, and you try to pull the ball on pitches that you should not be trying to pull, that's when you roll over a lot of pitches, roll over a lot of them, and those weak ground outs. But yeah, when you start to look the other way, and that late swing, that late decision, a lot of times you find up the middle, opposite field, and you get some hard hit balls. As Brad Ogden does that, gets a little under it though.
Nice
Casey
play.
Nielsen ranges over and foul ground. Makes the first out. Brad thought he might have got away with one there and was going to have second life, but Casey Nielsen does a good job ranging over into foul territory and grabbing that for the first out here in the top of the second.
Yeah, as a righty going on Ruesch, I crowd the plate because everything comes outside to in. And if you're a lefty facing Ruesch, I think I would move up in the box and try to take away some of that break and jump on him, because staying off the plate, I think in order to hit it, you're going to have to swing at a bad pitch.
Makes
to
sense.
me,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Makes sense. The thing about moving up a little bit is that a lot of times the pitch is going to still be pretty far away from you. So I do kind of like staying further back in the box, but also trying to step into it. As you see, if it has late break, it will be closer to you the further back you are in the box. But, if you make a mistake, you can jump on it.
He just missed that.
Sansone gets under that. Morris ranges out to left. It goes off of Morris's hands and into Matthew Bucky Wantman's hands in left field. Good teamwork there. Nice fundamentals by Bucky Wantman to be properly backing up Morris there and not just assuming he's going to make a clean play.
Bucky's a great guy. He was right there ready to go. He might be the only play you get, and he was ready for it,
It's all coming up Cajuns right now as Ryan Ruesch paints the outside part of the zone, gets ahead of J-Rock. 0-2.
J-Rock's in that little bit of roulette. He's had some nasty pitches thrown him tonight.
So due to hit the ball hard.
Yes.
But goes are down swinging there. Just not seeing the ball properly tonight. Just frustrated with his performance thus far, and understandably so, as anyone would be. This Cajun pitching staff just making these Legends batters look silly. This is not the same Legends team that had won 4 in a row, that had swept the Sand Vipers once this year, and 5-1 against the Sand Vipers. It's just not the same team right now.
Yeah, I just don't see an approach. It looks like some guys are pressing and just kind of making up their mind before the pitch goes that they're swinging or hitting or whatever. And I mean, I know like for us when you put out some unbelievable stats that gave us a great plan going into them, and they're definitely not doing what we did on making him get yourself into a hitter's count, make him throw strikes, and if he does get that first one on you, he goes out of the zone. And they're chasing.
As do most people in the league, right? Anytime, this league is very, in baseball as well, but very common in this league when a pitcher gets up 0-2, they know they have so much room to work with that they often make you try to chase on 0-2 and 1-2. So yeah, even if you do fall, I think you are correct. You have to try to work deeper in the counts. If you do fall behind, Ryan 0-2, just make him come back to you in 2-2, and then you get your pitch you want, and you're going to jump on it.
Ooh.
Kiefer chases that. Slow breaker outside the zone, rolls it over to Billy Osgood at short, throws it to the backstop. It hits the top of the foam of the strike zone, which is plenty good for the first out here.
If there are any women or children in center field or right field, get out of the way. Will Morris is up, and the last ball he hit would hurt somebody. Thank God Sparkles is in left because he'd be in trouble. Oh,
Jam shot, tries to go the other way with that late swing.
I like that pitch by Trench. If you're going to go in on Will, you got to bust it way in. He likes to swing at it, but if you leave it out over the plate, you've seen what happened. You got to go hard in like that. Soft away is what I would do.
He goes hard away there, 61. That's an okay. That's enough away to not be too concerned about it. 61, decent off the plate. If Morris tries to step into that, he's just going to swing and miss that. Right. He's going to be too late. And there's the slow away, and that comes right into the zone, and Morris swings and miss. Great call by you, Cody. Perfect execution of game plan by Trench Pacone there to get Will Morris swinging for the second out here in the bottom of the second.
That's Trench. That's being a pitcher right there. He's not just up there throwing whatever. He had a plan, and that he executed it.
That'll bring up manager Andrew Ledet, one of the most dangerous hitters, if not the most dangerous hitter in the league.
Yeah, and you know what? Pops is in the stands. He's got to do something for him right now.
He waits back on that. 2-1.
Hollywood, game 2 went 7 innings. Will Morris went the distance. Osgood went the distance. And Will Morris hit a walk-off bomb in the bottom of the 7th. 1-0.
Ledet grounds that one. Osgood is a little fooled by it. Picone does a good job jumping on it and makes a nice, strong throw to the backstop, and that's going to be in time. And Trench does a good job getting out of this inning, surviving Andrew Ledet. And we continue to be scoreless here going to the top of the third, so we've seen a whopping 1 run scored in the last 9 innings. It's just the conditions.
But it's been exciting.
It's been very exciting. Some great defense, really tense moments here at the Hideaway. And, it's good to see a different style of game as we've seen mostly than all week. We've just seen nothing but monstrous runs scored all week. And good to see a hard-fought battle here between the Cajuns and the Legends on Friday night.
Yeah, this has been, if you look at the scores, you might be like, I didn't miss much. But no, you've seen some great performances by Will Morris. And Billy Osgood threw a gem.
Yeah, sure did. I mean, it's really a shame that Billy Osgood had to lose that one because of such the performance that he put on.
That was Billy Osgood had a Jacob deGrom start. Pitched a gem, lost 1-0.
Yeah, sure.
He made one mistake, and Will made him do it, but he pitched a great game.
Taravella up the lead off the third here, and he swings at a pitch away and fouls it off 0-2.
I like Casey. Casey's such a solid, good player. Makes Gold Glove plays on the outfield. Great at bats. He's got pop. He hits for average. He doesn't get talked enough in this league of how good he is. I know manager Brad Ogden will tell you any chance he gets how good he is, and he really is a stud player.
Yeah, he's a guy who I had called early last year as my favorite to win Most Improved Player, and Trench had actually called Mateo to win Most Improved Player. There were 2 guys that were 1 and 2 in Most Improved, and those 2 guys absolutely emerged as big 3-way threats in this league. And Casey Taravella is slowly, not really even slowly, he's very quickly becoming a household name, especially after that perfect game a couple weeks ago, as Osgood stares at an 0-2 pitch right in the heart of the plate, 53 down the middle, and Ruesch quickly gets the first 2 outs here.
Ruesch looks like the Ruesch that I know.
Picone swings at the first pitch.
I like that because he's going right at guy's first pitch, which we had the book on him that he doesn't, but he kind of is, and then.
But when he does, he's going to waste, of course.
And now he's wasting, and now you just kind of shrink up your zone.
Yeah, and I did say a lot of times on 1 and 2, he goes a little hot, and we'll see if he does that here. And he goes 57, but Trench swings and misses in the zone. And that's going to be a strikeout for Trench Picone there. 7 Ks through 3 innings so far through Ryan Ruesch as he strikes out the side there, and 4 in a row. And we go 0-0, bottom 3, and another low scoring, and by low scoring I mean no scoring game, scoreless game so far here at the Hideaway tonight.
Yeah, but again, they've been. It's like we're seeing just some solid pitching, like that at bat by matchup between Trench and Will Morris. That was awesome. Trench had a plan, executed it, and goes right at him with the hard inside, soft away. I love that's pitching.
Yeah, you're not just seeing an inability to make hits tonight. You're seeing pitchers really outwork and outthink the batters and pitching to their defense and recognizing that, look, the ball is not traveling for the most part tonight. So if I just go out there and make my pitches, and when these guys put the ball in play, my defense is going to make the plays and we're going to be just fine.
Yeah, there's definitely not terrible at bats or nothing. It's just everybody just kind of it's good pitching.
Absolutely.
And that's nasty.
Ryan Ruesch swings and misses at that slider from Trench Picone. Somebody's saying another 0-0 game. Look.
Brutal to watch.
Brutal to watch. Look, I mean, you can't always have high-scoring games.
Oh,
Ryan thought he shot that one down the line, but it does sneak foul. Yeah, if you're not a true fan, if you can't appreciate as low-scoring affairs like these. I mean, these are some great hard-fought battles. They're arguably more intense because of the fact that one little thing can change the outcome.
Absolutely. It's like watching, to me, it's reminding me of just a tough, playoff baseball. Oh, Ruesch goes down.
Oh, my God. Is he okay?
You okay, Ryan?
Ooh, got that one right in the tuchus.
Oh, wear that in the ribs, poor guy.
Tavano says, Cody Kyle, 2-minute recap of tonight, please. 2 minutes sounds a little too long. But, J-Rock stumbles on that one.
I'll give you a 2
Throws him
minute.
out.
4 runs by the Cajuns, none by the Legends. Will Morris do it all in game 2.
There you go.
That's about it, right?
Yep, 3-0. Cajuns game 1, 1-0, 7-inning victory Wilmore's 7 innings complete game and a walk-off home run. And here we are, scoreless, bottom 3. Cajuns looking for the sweep, but Trench Pacone looking for other things as he floats that one in there, 39 to Bo Evans, who wanted nothing to do with that.
And another thing, Tavano, Will Morris is with that Game 2 performance, put him in the definite Rookie of the Year category. I know that's what you're concerned about. That guy put on an unbelievable performance with a complete game shutout and a walk-off solo homer.
100%. That is going to be a foul ball that was grounded and went off that pylon. If it touches any bit of that pylon, it is a foul ball. It's placed exactly one wiffle ball. Okay, maybe not exactly. It's supposed to be placed pretty much one wiffle ball away from the third base bag. Because if it does make contact, you'll know that that ball was fully to the left of the bag.
Right. Warfield all over it over there.
And Evans does a nice job waiting back on that one, slapping it up the middle. I think Trench sped him up there a little bit. And I don't want to say that I called the scouting report on Bo Evans, but the guy manages to hit faster pitching, maybe better than anybody in the league. And
That's
it's really
too good
impressive.
of an 0-2 pitch there, Kyle.
You have so much room to work with there.
Trench is not going to be happy with himself on that.
Nielsen sees that breaking ball into the zone. Trench is ahead of another batter, 0-2. We have a poll up. Round 1, favorite team logo. Warbirds, Night Owls, Bombers, Cajuns, and we have a new Snappers logo. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
What is it?
It's a turtle still, but it's not quite the same logo. Yeah, looks like we have Snappers and Bombers. Ooh, as another breaking ball hits the zone, but that one is 56. Drop those 56 emotes in the chat because we know how brutal that is when Trench gets robbed of a strikeout by 1 mile per hour.
That vaporizer pitch Trench throws is nasty. I think
Goes to it again. Nielsen's ahead of this one. J-Rock waits for that to come fair. Fires home.
Got him.
Had a chance for the lead runner there as Brad went over to second, but maybe forgot that Bo Evans was on first because had he realized it, he definitely would have gone over to second to make a shorter throw.
Yeah.
I think J-Rock's now realizing that he should have gone over to second. So that's going to move Bo Evans into scoring position with 2 outs here, and a base hit from McClendon will give the Cajuns an early lead.
Out of those logos, I like the Warbirds logo. Those hats, the black hats they have are clean.
And another slick breaking ball into the zone by Pacone. Yeah. Snapper's going to win round 1 there. I like turtles. Grabbing some extra votes. Not surprising.
What is it, a turtle
Snappers.
with Sparkle's face on it or something? Or what's going on with it?
I
didn't see it. I missed it. Oof. 63. Jen pumping it up. Or Trench pumping it up. I think if I face Trench, I have to go left-handed. That vaporizer's nasty.
I do agree. 2-2 now to Kiefer McClendon. 3,000 plus viewers hanging out with us on TikTok. Come on over to Twitch. See this full broadcast. There's 500 viewers hanging out with us over on Twitch. 3 camera angles.
Great pitch.
Commentators.
Great pitch.
And you get a zoom shot of Trench Pacone catching that pop-up back to him as we got a Skycam operator up there. You can see the full graphics, miles per hour of every pitch. You can win wiffle. You can earn wiffle points and earn stuff that you can buy in the chat. Twitch is where it's at. Come on over, TikTok. Twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle.
Yeah. I love betting the points, even though we can't really use them. But it makes for me, I watch all the games every night because I got some action on it. It makes it a lot more fun.
Oh, it's super fun.
And when people, because I ran into some people today tell me, yeah, I seen you on TikTok last night watching it and this and that. And I'm like, start telling them, oh, you got to go to Twitch. And then when I tell them, you can bet on the games, they're like, what? That gets a lot of people going.
Yeah, I mean, everybody in the chat loves sweating these spreads out as we try to have very good lines here. And we typically really do. We kind of have even action almost always. We had Cajuns -1.5 this game. Got about 160,000 on the Cajuns and 175 on the Legends +1.5 as Brad Ogden chases a pitch away, falls behind 0-2.
Yeah, I was hoping my mom had enough points so she could buy an autographed ball from me and make me look cool. But I don't know if she has enough points yet. How much is an autograph ball?
I believe it's 35,000 points.
Don't waste that on me. Never mind.
And Ogden goes down swinging for the first out here in the top of the 4th. Ryan Ruesch doing his job. Didn't quite have a chance to do it in game 1 as he walked out in the first inning, but he got to come in the first inning in this game.
It's 5 straight strikeouts by Ruesch.
Wow, we had 7 earlier. Can he flirt with that as well? Same pull, round 2.
Grounder.
Sansone going to roll one over to Ruesch as he fires to the backstop for the out. And the other 5 teams are up. Drop that pull down for me real quick so I can see the sweat that results. Vader, Sand Vipers, Lightning, ones running away with it so far.
The ones.
Ones. Yeah, between ones and legends.
Ours is cool.
Yeah, oh, Lightning. Flurry
Come
of
on,
votes all of
Lightning.
a sudden for the Lightning.
Oh, that's my SoCal people. Get on
Ooh,
it.
here we
the
go.
Hambright
Lightning
brothers,
ones.
everybody's in there doing it. I know it.
Battling. Drop your favorite.
Storm.
And J-Rock just maybe misses this one as McClendon ranges over and makes the catch in medium right field. And that's 3 quick outs for Ryan Ruesch. As we said, Ryan had a chance to start game 1, but walked out in the first inning. But he's had a chance for redemption here, where he came in for the first inning for Kiefer McClendon, who just made that play after he walked out in the first. And it's been the Ryan Ruesch show since then.
Storm Glider said, my mom would buy a Trench autograph ball before mine.
I think my mom wants a Trench autograph ball as well. So I don't really blame them, as Trench is our superstar here. There's Tom Gannon, just
Tommy.
hanging out in Skycam, enjoying the view in between innings here. Tom taking the night off from playing, from doing the
TD.
technical directing down below and commentating. Self-appointed best Skycam operator in the league.
Oh, I don't know. Come on. My man Bauer.
Yeah, TB52. That's our guy.
That was a great line by Trench. Yeah, Bauer likes to paint, tell a story with the camera work. He tells a story with this Skycam.
Yeah.
I mean, that's beautiful.
Morris fouls that one back. Trench Bacone gets ahead of him 0-2. Thanks, Hefe. We're glad you're here with us.
So he went same thing.
This has to be the league record for low-scoring series. No, maybe. You might be right. 4 runs through 3 games as Morris ropes one at Billy Osgood, playing second base, but catches that right in his midsection for the first out. I'd have to look that up. There have been some really low-scoring series, as Chad Phillips would say.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this has a chance. 5 total runs maybe if a 1-0 happens here.
572 viewers right now.
Thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday night.
Hard in.
Little chilly night here in Las Vegas. It rained earlier today, and then the sun came out and warmed up. But then as the sun went away, temperature dropped, got a little bit of breeze. Because of that, we got a low-scoring affair here.
Oh, did he get a hand on it?
And Andrew Ledet singles it up the middle. Trench just past the outstretched arm of Trench Bacone.
This is a moment for my... Am I going headband for Ruesch? No, I can't do that to Trench. I love Trench. I can't do it. I can't put that headband voodoo on him.
Yeah.
All right,
Ryan
Ruesch.
got a double in the first inning which was his first hit of the night. Broke his stretch of struggle to start the night. Ledet, I'm just going to see what Ledet's total for the night is. Looks like 4 for 11 with 4 singles. Do you know there was a game a couple weeks ago where Corral and Osgood had 9 hits combined? And Corral and Sansone had 9 hits combined, and they were all singles.
Really?
Corral had 5-hit game, all singles. Sansone had a 4-hit game, all singles. That was
those are
great.
I mean, Corral had a game where he hit like 6 home runs, right?
Yeah, he had a series where he hit 6 home runs.
Yeah,
and Ruesch ropes that one to Sansone in right, but it goes off of his hands. That's going to be a dirty single. And Ledet's only going to move up to second as we see him hustling into second. Will we see Ledet slide? No, Ledet stands up into second base.
Ledet is just a smooth operator.
Yeah.
Chill. Doesn't do anything too fast. Slow swing, but beautiful swing. Powerful swing.
What do you guys think on that play? That was a hard hit ball to Sansone. Are we going to call that a single, or are we calling that an error off of his hands? What do you guys think in the chat? It's not up to me. It's up to scorekeeper Matt Petrick is down over there on the first base line.
I think he went to the ground to get it.
Yeah,
That's
he
a
did go to
hit.
the ground. That was hard hit ball. I don't know if that was quite routine. If I had a vote, I'm voting error. I mean, I'm voting single.
Single,
Sorry.
yeah.
Voting single.
Snappers running away with the logo. Paul.
Oh, boy. We need the Lightning faithful in there to make this a...
Chad is going to lose his mind if we don't win the logo thing. He's going to... Are you kidding? He'll have 47 reasons why we have a better logo.
Ledet is the Cecil Fielder of PLW. Speed incarnate. Oh, Bo Evans waits
does
on that one, and it gets by J-Rock somehow. He was there, had his hands outstretched, but the ball dipped below him, and he did not touch it. And that's going to score Ledet from second, and 3 straight singles. And the Cajuns have the first run of this ball game.
With the way things have gone tonight, Kyle, and the way Ruesch is pitching.
That might be enough. Might be enough here. But there's only one out here, and Casey Nielsen's looking for a big hit himself. He stares at 58 into the zone.
1 out, 2 on. Trench needs to get out of this.
Yeah,
they can recover from a run, but I think if it gets to 2 or 3 right here, that's going to be a problem.
Trench is going to feel a little frustrated. I'm sure he's not mad at his defense, but he's got to feel like he kind of maybe got out of this inning where he got a ball that was hit directly to Sansoni. He had to make a tough play on it, but couldn't quite come up with it. And then he got kind of a tailor-made double play ball where I would say 9 out of 10 third baseman pick that up, step on the bag, and go to second. But Stevenson couldn't quite make the play over there at third. And Ledet's got himself in a jam here. Trench has himself in a jam here.
Yeah, it definitely. If Trench is over there playing the field, I know he feels like he makes that play.
Yeah, of course.
And it's tough. You guys are in a tough situation. No breaks. They can't even take an inning off just to get their feet. It's hard. I'm sore from playing all 18, and I'm gonna be 37 next week, for God's sakes. That's a walk by Trench.
Yeah, it's going to be his first walk, and the bases are now loaded for Kiefer McClendon. Get those votes in for your favorite logo. This is a hard-fought battle. Back and forth, lightning snappers. Who is going to win this favorite logo? This might be the most sought-after poll in the history of Twitch.
Lake Elsinore is just coming on strong. I know it's my people. I know it's my Hambright brothers. I know it's mom and dad. I know it's my sister. Everybody's voting in on us. I love it.
Back and forth. Big spot for the Legends here. Bases loaded. It's only a 1-run game. If they can get out of this here.
What are they talking about, Kyle?
I think Brad Ogden might be reminding him, look, if this is a ground ball, Trent, you got to come towards the plate and possibly be the cutoff man because we're going to try to get this force out at home. I got a feeling that that's what he might be trying to tell him.
I know Brad kind of doesn't do the matchup thing. Isn't this a J-Rock moment to get a strikeout?
A little bit, for sure. You could shore up your defense and maybe move Trench over to third. This could be an easy double play. And McClendon rips one down the left field line. Umpire Chris Warfield saying that one short hop the wall, and it's going to be a double. But that's going to clear the bases. And with one swing of the bat, the Cajuns double their run total for the night. And it's 4-0 Cajuns here in the bottom of the fourth. And if 1 we thought was enough, 4 might be enough to get it done. And maybe 1 batter too late. Casey Taravella comes in now to take the ball from Trench McCone.
And I know Brad is such a good manager. He's got his plan. He trusts his guys. He sticks with them. But that was definitely a moment. I was saying it before the thing. That's Billy Osgood threw 7, gave up 1 run. And
yeah, for sure.
Guys. Taravella's a stud. J-Rock has the nasty wipeout screwball.
Yeah, maybe. Look, Trench kind of got a little unlucky by not being out of that inning for sure. But maybe you just bring another guy in and mop up the mess.
Yeah, because you need a strikeout there. Because Trench should be. What is
Look
going
at this
on?
poll. Sorry, we have to talk about this poll.
What?
Back and forth. Snappers, Lightning, nearly 50-50. Who is your... And the Snappers get it done!
Oh, my God. That was like Ali Frazier.
396 to 387 votes.
Oh, that does look good.
And there it is. Let's go to the booth. Maybe for a moment I will throw on this hat.
Oh, you're trading on us?
Yeah, maybe.
That is clean. That should have won. Man, my family tried.
How small is your head, David Harley? I can't even get this thing on.
Oh, my God.
And there's the new Snappers
That is clean.
logo.
That's really clean. I like that.
Yeah. Good. I couldn't even get that hat on. And I have a very normal sized... Well, that's what happens when you don't have hair.
You know what?
You have a lot less to fill the hat with.
I couldn't believe in our team chat when you told me you never bought a Pro Fit hat for yourself. You didn't even know your head size.
No, I don't think I've ever worn one. Yeah,
That's
not my style. I'm more of a flex.
When's your birthday?
Don't worry about it. September.
All right, thanks. I'll write that down.
I'd rather take a sleeve of Pro V1s. But...
Oh, okay, I get you. Good. Look at that heavyweight. 700 almost 800 votes.
Wow, that was maybe the most fought after poll in PLW history. Love to see it.
Maybe Sparkles has spent like $50 on extra votes.
Might have been. Morris goes down swinging. Taravella comes in, gets him. Yeah, maybe one batter too late there.
Yeah, Trench is needs his defense, I feel like, to get outs. And am I in your way?
No, good. Oh, no, sorry.
He needs his defense, and he did his job. And didn't get the plays that normally get made for him.
Look, we talked about it early in the night that maybe the shorthanded Legends are going to be, in a tough spot here with their defense. And then when you take one of their better defenders out of the field technically and move him to the mound, you then make the defense behind him that much weaker.
Right.
So with Trench unable to be over at third to field that ball that he gives up, not an ideal lineup for the Legends here, both in their regular lineup and their defensive lineup. And it's coming back to cost him.
Yeah, and Taravella, he goes strikeout once he came in.
Right. So it looks like maybe one batter too late. Possibly.
And it's one of those things too. I think with manager Brad Ogden, they have a game plan, and we mentioned that he goes with his guys until it's time to not. He's not.
It's true. He's definitely has faith in his guys. He says, "Look, Trench, you were my starter here. I know we're in a bit of a jam. I got faith in you to get us out of this."
Yeah.
And look, sometimes pitchers execute, and sometimes they don't. And you got to give credit to where credit's due. And Kiefer McClendon did a great job jumping on that pitch and ripping a double.
He's probably, normally their lineup is so nasty when they're at full strength. So a few runs, you're like, no big deal. But tonight, with the way their offense has been, you got to maybe manage it a little different there with the pitching.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Taravella tries to get one.
Ooh, nice bat
Trying
flip.
to get his team started with a hard hit single up the middle.
He smoked that. Oh, I hear. Okay, I heard manager Brad Ogden. If you like it, hit it. He ain't messing around this inning. This is gonna get good. Yep.
And Osgood just misses that one. Gets under, but tricky play. Nielsen's back there. Does a nice job securing that one for the first out.
He just missed that, Kyle. They said, if you like it, get it. I heard Brad before the bat. He wants us. Let's get aggressive, boys. Let's get some hits. Yep.
Trench fouls that one back. 2,400 viewers on TikTok hanging out. Come on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. Follow that link that you can see on the field. Check out the full broadcast here with 560 viewers with us on a Friday night.
55.
As Trench Bacone goes down swinging there against Ryan Ruesch. Trench's third K this game. Not Trench's best night for sure.
No, and I kind of had in my head he was going to have a big night.
Man, 1 for 11. Tough night for our main man, Trench Bacone.
Yeah, look at Warfield.
PLW hottie. Caro down there
Get out
cheering
of there,
Trench on.
Warfield.
1 for show, subscribing, tier 1. Appreciate you. Thank you, everybody that both follows and subscribes to us.
1 for
here
show. That's
on
my boy.
Twitch.
That's my boy Travis Carlston in
Oh,
Marietta. I guarantee
nice.
it. He's been 1 for show since high school.
Glad to see your friends supporting us here.
I think he's got that
PLW.
tattooed on his back. 1
Wow.
for show. Something like that. It has to be him.
Is it Carol or Caro? It is Caro with no L. Her name is Caroline, but she goes by Caro. C-A-R-O.
Sweet Caroline.
Ogden goes down swinging. And it's coming up Cajun so far tonight. 3-0 game 1, 1-0 in an epic battle in game 2, and now it's 4-0 here. Bottom of the 5th, and they're 3 defensive outs away from sweeping the Legends here. Right now, these two teams are sitting at the same record, 17-15. The Cajuns came in 15-15. The Legends were 17-13. Legends dropped 2. Cajuns win 2, 17-15.
wow.
They're both tied, so the winner of this game will jump the other in the standings. And right now, it looks like the Cajuns are going to be the one that slide into a playoff spot at the moment and jump the Legends. A lot of WIFFLE left this season, of course, but a big series here between two teams that are looking to be playing meaningful WIFFLE later on this year.
Yeah, I fully expect Casey to Taravella to kind of keep them at bay with the 4 runs, and it's going to take a huge inning.
4 runs in an inning on a night like tonight is just, it seems like an Herculean task that the Legends will be up against.
They haven't scored yet.
Yeah, they literally have not scored tonight. It's all Cajuns tonight for sure. As Ryan Ruesch jumps on the first pitch, fouls it down the third base line.
Yeah, it was just kind of a bad situation. It was the ball's not flying. They're not at full strength, and it just kind of all caught up.
Yeah, this is a tough league to have everybody at full strength all the time. We play once a week for 18 straight weeks. There's just going to be some nights where the teams just don't have the optimal lineup.
Yeah, definitely. I know there's we always have our guys there, but they kind of like leave early or because of jobs and kids and stuff.
Everybody has lives. At the moment, we're still a recreational league for the most part, semi-pro. Oh no, are you okay, Ryan?
Oh God,
is he okay?
Bench, is that the second time? The benches could clear here in any moment. Oh, seems to be in good spirits.
Milstead saying these announcers are elite. We appreciate that. I don't know if I'd quite call us elite, but we thankful for the love. As Ryan Ruesch rips one up the middle.
Who said that?
For his third hit of the game. Milstead.
Hey, I appreciate it. I'm a first-timer up here.
Yeah, that's good. And this is only my second time doing the play-by-play. Normally, I'm a color man myself, typically next to Jim Dodos in the booth oftentimes.
Dodos is so... Again, I've said Dodos is
that's
the man.
elite, for sure.
Dodos is like... You could tell when I watch Dodos, I go, that guy grew up listening to Vince Scully. We're fellow Dodger fan. He's my guy.
Yeah, for sure. Swoop saying J-Lo is better. I'm not going to argue there. And Bo Evans doesn't get his bat out of the way, and that's going to be a foul ball.
I'll say this. My parents' favorite announcer is Jay Lohman. They love Jay. She tells it how it is. She gets into it. She's great.
She will be in the booth next week, I believe, Friday night with Trench Pacone. The Lightning Series play Friday night, and J-Lo will be in the booth Friday night. Week from tonight, mark your calendars. Trench Pacone, Jennifer Lohman in the booth next Friday night.
Oh, Trench, Lohman, that's going to be an awesome Friday night in Mama and Papa Runnels' house. They're going to be happy. Two favorite announcers.
Taravella goes pipe, 56.
That is
brutal.
Lethal. How do you take that? Wow.
Baseball saying these camera angles, though. Yeah, you probably came over from TikTok where you only see that one camera angle. We have three over here on Twitch as Bo Evans goes down swinging. And Bucky Wantman going to get a pinch-hitting opportunity here in for Casey Nielsen. See what Matthew Wantman can do. World-class poker player, Matthew Wantman. Stares at 51 off the pipe. Not a lot he could do with that one. When Casey Taravella dots a pitch like that, you got to kind of just tip your cap to him and say, nice pitch, kid.
Me and Matthew were out here hitting by ourselves for about 15, 20 minutes the other day before people got here. And he was working hard, man. He's been going to the gym again lately, trying to get in better shape. He's working, man.
Yeah, good to see it.
I want to see him do something right here.
I've known Bucky for about 15 years now. Swing and a miss, though. Taravella gets him swinging.
That's tough to get one at bat, and it's against Mr. Perfect.
I think that's just the second out I got.
Yeah,
Ruesch,
2 outs. I got
Ruesch
2
led
outs.
off with a single and then back-to-back Ks.
Yep, 2 outs.
McClendon up now. Surprised they haven't gotten Nathan Ruesch an opportunity to get in at bat here.
Yeah, my God.
It is a 4-0 game, but maybe they will after that piece as McClendon gets a double, and that's going to bring up Morris. Tough to take the... No, it's not. It's going to bring up Nathan Ruesch right on cue.
Was that dirty? Hey, get to third, Ruesch. Oh.
Whoa. It does rhyme, but we're not going to repeat that nickname.
Yeah. Not
that
fans
Casey
of Ryan
just
Ruesch, apparently.
Look, when you're getting outscored 8-0 and Ryan has a little bit of a chirping way about him, it can be not always welcome for sure. Yeah, we also do like that the announcers are different every night. We don't want to have the same type of broadcast necessarily every night. It's good. Sometimes you have a very game-centric broadcast, which maybe you and I are providing tonight, and then sometimes you have a more lively conversation, which Trenches often do. He's all over the game, but he's got so many great
his
lines and 80 references.
Yeah.
Like Trench is, so much more enjoyable to listen to. As Nathan Ruesch rolls one over to Trench there at short.
Nice play.
Who fires it in for the third out. And the Legends are going to have their last stops down 4 here, and they're going to need a big inning if they want to force this game to extend any further. It's been all Cajuns so far tonight. 3-0 in Game 1, 1-0 in that epic Game 2, and now 4-0 here heading to the top of the 6th. I assume Ryan Ruesch is going to go back to the hill to try to close this one out for the Cajuns, as he is.
Yeah, he's going to finish this off. He's their guy. Will Morris looked like the number 1 tonight in Game 2, but Ruesch has been their guy all year. He pumps strikes. he loves the moment. He thinks we're all here to watch him. He's that. And you heard some of the comment. He can get under your skin. I went to just embrace it and have fun with him, and it made it a little bit easier for me.
That's how you got to take it for sure.
Yeah. If you take it too serious, it's gonna get under your skin. But he's when you get him off the field, he's like just a nice, good family man. His little pumpkin, his little baby girl. He's a good dude.
And Sansone rips that one up the middle. Lucky Wantman's going to cut it off before the wall. But the Legends have a leadoff single here. Never say die. Be like the Goonies. Got a powerful lineup. You never know. You can hit a handful of hits in a row. All right, Swoop, settle down. But that's not a bad idea.
What? Oh, jeez. Come on, Swoop.
It's not a bad idea. I might have to take him up on that.
Like
Stevenson
calendar,
going
PLW
down,
calendar
swinging. Yeah, we should do that. We could do both PLW hotties and PLW studs. Stevenson.
I could do April.
Stevenson, game 1, 2 for 2, 2 for 4 with 2 Ks and 2 singles.
57.
Tough night for Stevenson. Looks like 2 for 11, reaching on an error.
That's not a Jason Stevenson night.
Nope.
Pray for whoever they play next.
Yeah, and he's going to do some damage for sure.
This does not happen 2 weeks in a row with the Legends. They will come back with a fury.
2-2.
Oh, sidekick needed. God, my mind is ruined now after that one.
Yeah, no thanks for that. And Taravella rips one up the middle right side. McClendon's going to cut that one off. Sansone's going to go over to third. Very quietly, we have the tying run on deck here. I know they haven't scored a run yet tonight, but
Legends ain't going down easy.
Never know. They got some guys that can have the ball leave the yard.
Tying run is on deck.
Osgood takes that one, but too hot on the outside pipe, 57.
I like their approach in this inning. I've been wanting it all game, kind of taking the stuff and sitting on the fat stuff and hitting it,
Hayden saying they're going to start a podcast. Real Housewives of PLW. Hayden, J-Lo, Caro, maybe Mama Ruesch, whoever wants to get involved.
Whoever Sparkles is linked to at the time. No? Okay.
2-2 now.
I would be interested in that, but I can't believe I just said that.
And Osgood goes down swinging at a nasty pitch from Ryan Ruesch.
Man, Ruesch, that little drop ball he's got going is sharp. It starts up high and just kerplunks the last few feet into the end zone. Trench, looking to get off the schneid.
55, double nickels outside pipe. It just hasn't been Trench's night. The way
that
those
broke 3.5 feet.
Yeah, that one broke so hard, and that's like a 50-50 one. That could have been 53 or 57, and somehow it was double nickels.
The only way you hit that is if you're sitting on it looking for it. There's no way. Yeah, you gotta go. All right, refocus. He's got to come to you. He's going back to that pitch. He's going back to that.
Let's see if Trench McCone can extend this one for the Legends. And he swings and misses, and that's going to do it here in game number 3. And the Cajuns complete a sweep. Really total dominance by the Cajuns tonight. We kind of prefaced it pregame where the Legends didn't have the full arsenal of weapons that they normally do. They had to start a suboptimal lineup, a suboptimal defense, and it kind of showed. And tonight was a night where really runs were hard to come by. And, Ryan Ruesch saying...
Ruesch, hey, tone it down, bud. I was on your side all day.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Yeah, for me, it's Will Morris.
Of course. So let's get this. We have this post-game interview poll up. We have Andrew Ledet, Ryan Ruesch, Will Morris, Bo Evans, Kiefer McClendon. Who's going to do the interview? You want to do it? You do it. It's supposed to be the color guy. You do it.
All right.
I like you know all the hard-hitting questions to ask him.
Oh, my God.
And
now
it looks
really
like
nervous.
Will Morris is running away with it. Here's the Game 2 box score. You got it in front of you as well. Will Morris, really the star of Game 2, and we're going to call this one before this poll even ends. Will Morris running away with him. Running away with it. Number 2 overall draft pick. Will Morris coming up to the booth here to chat about his night. Hang tight, everybody.
8 Ks. 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 8 Should I move over? Huh? Okay. That's definitely Morris, huh? 85% of the votes. Give me Morris. PLW, man. This was a blast. I hope you guys enjoyed having me up here. I was really nervous and excited, and it's been a blast. I'd love to do it again. Well, you know, this might be a one and done. Who knows? And we got Will Morris. Oh, watch your head there, dude. Will Morris coming into the booth. Will. What's up, buddy? Great performance tonight, dude.
Thank you.
I was hyping you up all night. I said, first inning when I seen your stuff going, I said, Will's going the distance, and then I knew I called it. I said he's gonna get him one run and it's enough. How are you feeling out there tonight?
I'm just a lot of energy. We're ranked 10th to start out the season.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this Cajun collapse, and I'm just not seeing it. We're looking forward, blocking out the haters, and we're trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah, dude. You're pitching the last couple of weeks. I told you after our game, I go, your stuff it doesn't on film does not do it justice. You get in the box, it's moving late, it's heavy, it looks 65, it's 55. I know you said to me you're just trying to throw strikes, but what are you thinking when you're up there on the mound? I mean, it's
just a lot of confidence. I mean, I'm not trying to be too perfect or be too fine, because that's how I walk out. Just challenging hitters and trusting my stuff, really.
Yeah. Dude, you that at bat, I seen him coming hard in on you, and then he was kind of going soft away to get you. What pitch did you get on that solo? That was crushed. It had to be 175.
Well, I just talked to him, and that was supposed to be a waist pitch in, and he just left it over the dish and kept that front shoulder in and took it dead central.
Beautiful. So. It was a beautiful swing. That thing was rising up over the trees as it was leaving.
I was telling them Tiger Woods stinger.
Yeah, that was a Tiger Woods 2-iron stinger for sure. Yeah, dude. That was an unbelievable. You had 8 strikeouts and 7 shutout innings as a rookie, dude. That's by far one of the best pitching performances of the season. For sure, the best pitching performance for a rookie. That was impressive to watch. Your guys' clubhouse is just, you guys are always talking, and then what's it like being in there with the Ruesch brothers and Ledet? I mean, you guys got a great clubhouse.
Yeah.
Sashi Boba.
First things first, I'm glad I'm on Ryan Ruesch's team. He gets under these guys' skin, and they just crumble mentally, man. So I'm glad I'm on that guy's team. As far as everyone else, Ledet does a great job of managing us. No one has too big of an ego, man. If he says pinch hit for so-and-so, no one takes that to heart, so we got a good team chemistry. All our wins are pretty much team wins, except for whatever, we hit a walk-off dinger or whatever.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's a team effort, and it's a great clubhouse to be in.
Absolutely, dude. I've umpired in your guys' dugout a lot. I've never once when on your team somebody gets pinch hit for, that guy's the first one rooting the next guy on.
Absolutely.
There's no like, I'd get a hit here and this and that. You guys have you guys and really the legends that have unbelievable clubhouses. You guys are all really rooting each other on. It's got to be fun being on a team like that
definitely.
with all those guys.
Yeah.
Will, man, what a performance tonight, brother.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
I know they keep saying Ed or me, Tavon, you are a problem in this league and one of the top rookies in this league,
Hey,
brother.
You're swinging it well, though, bro.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. But you keep doing what you're doing, man, and I'm honored to be in the same rookie class
Same.
as you.
It's an honor for me too, man.
You're playing awesome, brother. Keep it up,
So
brother.
are you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, that was Will, everybody. 7 innings shutout, 8 Ks in game 2, walk-off solo home run that still hasn't landed. Unbelievable performance by Will the Thrill Morris. And I'm joined back by Kyle Lohman.
Yeah, all Cajuns tonight. Really, what a performance by Will in that game. Two dueling performances, both Morris and Osgood. One of them was kind of going to be the hero of that game, and we got the really great story of Morris being the true hero with the walk-off solo job.
That was great. And again, I want to say it one more time because it was a tough night for the Legends, missing their guys. Billy Osgood pitched just as good in that game.
Fantastic.
In that game too, he was going right at guys, and it literally just one pitch that Will told me. I don't know if you heard. He was trying to throw a waist pitch, and it just stayed up, and Will hammered it. It was the only mistake Osgood made the whole night. I mean, that was a great, cool performance. As if you love baseball, good pitching, that was perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we saw a lot of runs this week in the first handful of series, And those were some fun games. We saw a 12-11 wild one last night. We saw the Vaders and the Ones going back and forth this week. Those are fun to watch, but it's also fun to watch these close, tough, grinded out games where one play, one mistake, one bad pitch to the wrong guy means the difference of the game. It's great to see those as well.
Yeah, it was a great. I think for me, it's rookie 11 weeks in. This was the best week of PLW. Great games all week, wild ones, and then finishing off with the just grinding out defensive pitching performance. What a week of PLW.
100%. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. That's going to do it for this week, week 11 of Premier League Wiffle. Check us back out on Monday night, 6 p.m. Pacific. Matchup of the last two champions, the Ones and the Sand Vipers. Big matchup. Adam Tanek will be in the lineup for the Sand Vipers.
Nice.
We will see you then. For Kyle Lohman,
it's Cody Runnels.
Cody Runnels.
Thank you for getting me up here, Kyle. I had a pleasure doing it with you, buddy. That was
fun,
man.
See you guys next week.